Wrong and outdated educational policies in connivance with poor implementation of these same policies have opened several potholes in our educational system. Insufficient government funding and lack of competent teachers have also been attributed to the bane of Nigeria's educational challenges. Coming soon on Unilag TV News Review is the New Nigeria Cycle, a series that would herald the rejuvenation of a new Nigeria through institutions of higher learning, championed by Nigerians in the diaspora in conjunction with the African Heritage Foundation.
Without integrity, nothing works. And that's what we need in our leadership.
Join Ambassador Tunde Adetunji and myself as we discuss issues surrounding education and politics in Nigeria on the New Nigeria Cycle series airing on Unilag TV. Welcome to another episode of the News Review. I am Vina Peters. At the heart of community development, the ability to uplift and support every member, particularly those facing unique challenges, is paramount. Recognizing this, initiative focused on empowering and bolstering support for the vulnerable have become critical components of our shared journey. Right here at the University of Lagos, a dedicated safeguarding center has been established for the vulnerable. This unit is at the forefront of creating a safe and supportive environment for students facing various challenges. Today on the program, we will be speaking with the director of the Safeguarding Center from the University of Lagos. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still the news review on Unilag TV. Remember to follow us across all social media platforms at Unilag on TV. Earlier, I said we will be speaking with Professor Mukwelola Olushaki, the director of the Safeguarding Center at the University of Lagos. Welcome to the program, Professor.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay, so quickly, Unilag Safeguarding Center, what is it all about?
Thank you very much. The Unilag Safeguarding Center is an initiative of our very compassionate Vice Chancellor, the first female Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Folashade Tolulope Ogunshola. She said she would like that we have a safeguarding center that will cater for the vulnerable people, both students and staff, and also visitors to the university. those who are abused one way or the other, or those who have certain needs and they are disrupt, that they should have a place to go where they will be accepted, where they could open up and know that no one is going to condemn them as they speak. So May 2nd this year, the center was established by her.
Okay. So what specific services and support does the safeguarding unit actually render to students facing various challenges?
We render counseling, we render preventive measures. When people come to us and they express their fears, we try to interview them and see the reasons behind what they are telling us. And then we together look at a way of not entering into trouble that they are trying to foresee. But for those who had already been abused, we look for a way of comforting them, and also we try to investigate. We are working in conjunction with security people. We are working with the medical center. We are working with the counseling unit of the University of Lagos, and also with the Dean of Students. We are also not leaving out the various faculties, and we are going to have safeguarding officers in the faculties.
Okay, we know that this unit is actually a very new establishment.
Yes.
So what is your plan for awareness?
Yes, right now not many people are really aware of the center. So this is part of the awareness creation mechanism that we have thought about. We are also going to have a day that we are going to move around campus and talk to people about Safeguarding Center and what we do. But before then, with the approval of the Vice Chancellor, we are going to have safeguarding officers in the various faculties, like I said, and also at the medical center and at the security post.
Okay, so how does, in terms of, I'm looking at the students now, because not most people will want to come and talk about what exactly it is that they are going through because of their fear of the term confidentiality.
We keep secret at the Safeguarding Center. It's part of our ethics.
So how do they actually feel comfortable? Because I have to be sure that I will be comfortable, that my secret will be safe here. How do you express such in such a way that these students know that, okay, if I do come here, they do keep my secret?
The number one thing that the Vice Chancellor had done is to give us the office space at a very remote area at the Academic Publishing Center. She said so that people could be free to come and they will not be labeled. And it's a beautiful place. We have a portion there. You need to visit us. That is very beautiful. And when they come, people have been coming. Okay. Both students and staff have been coming. When they come, we attend to them confidentially, one by one, or we have seen a group that came and they decided that we should speak to them one by one first, then as a group. When I say we, for now, I'm the one doing the work alone, but we're going to also have safeguarding officers in the center who, if I'm not around, would also do. And our admin officer is also from psychology. She has psychology background and mass comm. Okay. And she's being trained to be a safeguarding officer right now. Okay. She's undergoing training.
Okay, it's a good thing you actually mentioned that, because I was actually going to ask you about your staff strength.
Yes, for now we are just 3.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. So who's the third person?
It's a PA.
Okay. And will he or she also be attending to students as well?
When they come, she's the first point of call. They will see her first, and then she would introduce whosoever to us, to any of us.
Okay.
But I'm also going to train her
Okay.
concerning safeguarding, because the issue of confidentiality is very key.
Okay. We know that today that there are actually many NGOs who are at the forefront of actually providing care when it comes to abuse, harassment, and the likes. And we know that most of their staff are those that have gone through those processes and have actually healed in order to give a support system to those that are coming. Now, in terms of your staff or your group, are they just going to be merely professionals or?
Yes, as we have just started. As we move on, we are going to take on more things to do. We are going to see ways that we could help those who have come out of their trauma, because for some of them maybe there is post-traumatic issue with them, and we need to attend to that. So, but at times we might need to refer.
Okay.
Yes. For those who are on drugs, you will need to refer them to the hospital where they will take more information and treat them. And then they will come back to us. If we see how they are behaving, we might refer them to the rehabilitation center. Okay. We don't need to set up the rehabilitation center, but we could refer.
Oh, okay. Okay. In terms of stigmatization, how is the center planning to create that space for students to know that, okay, this is an open center, I can actually do trust them, and I will not be labeled?
Yes, the issue of trust and confidentiality is very key, because if you can't trust someone, then you won't open up. So for them to be able to open up, we are going to assure them that whatever they are telling us will not go beyond us. And if there might be need for it to go beyond our office, for example, when we need to refer, we get the consent of the client first before we do the reference. Otherwise, the referral will not work. Because if you refer someone and the person is not cooperating with you, you have just done your own referral, that person will not go. It will not. But when you get the person to agree with you concerning referral, then that particular person will cooperate and go.
Okay, that is actually very, very nice to hear. I'm going to be talking more about the center now, as it is. I know that it is a new center. Could you please tell us what is the vision and mission of the center?
Our vision is to see a group of students of University of Lagos who are free from abuse and neglect. And our mission is to work hand in hand with those who are in charge and in control of the different aspects of these students' lives. You know, I told you, like the medical center, like the student affairs, like the counseling center, like security posts, because there has to be a synergy. At times, what is happening there, we don't have feedback. We don't know who and who the list of those who have been taken there and what had happened to them. We will follow up. We will follow up. So it's part of our mission to make sure that we follow up with these various aspects and have a university that is free of pains.
Okay.
Because all these things, they cause pains. The abuse, the abuse in various forms, sex for marks, and those who for one reason or the other they are just labeled. Like there was a case that they told me. I was chairman of the counseling center for years, and there was a case of a student that was wrongly accused of stealing. And do you know she committed suicide because of that? And that is another aspect. Suicide tendency among our students is very rampant, and we want to be able to curb that. How will we do that? We would talk to them when they're having their orientation. We would create awareness among them that there is nothing happening to you that is not common to man, and you don't need to kill yourself. There is always a way around it. There is a way for you to live a joyful life, and where there is will, there will be a way. So we would create hope for the hopeless.
Okay. You also mentioned counseling unit as part of those you'll be working with.
Yes.
And I know that counseling unit also deals with similar issues like that. So my question now is, what is the functional difference between the Unilag Safeguarding Center and the counseling unit?
I'm a counseling psychologist.
Okay.
Now, at the counseling unit, the limitation is we don't, like I said, we will work with security sector. The counseling center is not allowed to do that. When they come to you, even when it's a security case, you need to work with your client. It will be a breach of confidence for you to go to security post to go and see what is happening there. And this safeguarding center is an international requirement, which is very new. A lot of universities now in the UK are keen into it, in the US, but not many yet. So in Nigeria, I think we are the only university, apart from, I think they said American University in Yola is also doing it, has started. Then Lagos State is doing safeguarding now. So the difference is that we do counseling plus. We don't just counsel. We look at the way that those students will fit into the school environment again. And even when the thing had not happened, we are already looking for ways that the thing should not happen. We try to prevent, to protect, and to guide. So that prevention is always better than cure. So at the center, we would, from time to time, train people, even in the faculties, to know that there are people who are going through things. If you identify certain traits, or you look at people and you are seeing them being in pains, you can refer them to come see us. And so it's similar to counseling, but it's much more than that.
Okay.
It's much more than just for us to counsel them. And the counseling center is doing a great job in conjunction with the student affairs unit. The dean of students is burdened with a lot of all these issues. And there is no how that the counseling unit as it is now can cater for 30-something thousand students. There is no how. Even the safeguarding center, like I told you, people have been coming, but a lot of them don't want their names written down because of labeling.
Exactly.
So we still counsel, but we go beyond that to see what we can do, and to even see that they don't enter into such challenges as they go through the 4 walls of the university. We also deal with visitors to the university.
Okay.
Those who visit and they have issues, they are allowed to come into our offices and ask questions, and we will guide them. we will safeguard them.
That's actually very nice to hear. So I'm looking at sustainability. How sustainable do you think this is? Or should I better say, where do you see the Safeguarding Center in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I see the Safeguarding Center being bigger than it is now. I see it having effect in all the faculties in Akoka and Idiaraba. I see it affecting the lives of people positively on this campus. And I continue to mention both students and staff because a lot of staff also have challenges. And when they know that they could come, they feel happy that they could come. And what we will try to do is to train people because there has to be sustainability. There has to be continuity.
Exactly.
So we will train people, and as they are coming up, they also will be training more and more people. We are at the teaching stage, but we know that we continue to move forward and forward. Rome was not built in a day, but we continue to get better and better as we move forward.
Okay. So, as the first director of the center, what mark would you want to leave behind as a legacy?
I want people to remember that there has been a director who loved people and who, no matter what your challenge is, will not condemn you, and who is willing and always ready to help, and who also wants the best for both students and staff of University of Lagos and visitors to University of Lagos.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you, ma'am.
Been a pleasure being with you also.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm happy to be with you, to be able to talk about our center. And I hope you will help us to still create more awareness concerning our center.
Definitely.
We are passionate about the center, and my admin officer is also very passionate about the center.
No problem, bro.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Lillian will be very glad to hear this in the as we go forward.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So we've been speaking with the director of the Safeguarding Unit in person of Professor Mokwelola Olushakin. And that's how far we can go on our program for today. Do join us next week for another episode. I am Vina Peters. Bye for now.
Life moves in a fast and slow pace. There are highs and there are lows. Through this constant flux, there are people that will definitely be affected by such changes in the society. On today's episode of Blooming Health, we explore the world of post-traumatic stress disorder, otherwise known as PTSD, with Dr. Kafayat Ogunshola. I'm Jennifer Ligwe. Welcome to Blooming Health.
There are various mental disorders that we have, but the three major ones I want to mention is we have bipolar, we have depression, and we have schizophrenia.
Depression, I think bipolar.
I'm only sure of the common one, that's just bipolar disorder and depression.
We have bipolar disorder, we have like schizophrenia, we have depression.
Devastating moments like heartbreak, for some people they can't do it better than others, and economical reasons, crisis, financial crisis. Even for students, they find it difficult to handle lecturer stress, coping with series of activities in school, then getting bad results, handling it. Some can handle it better than others. I think those ones are really rare, but they are also part of it.
A lot of emotional stress and mental stress on a victim. Even though normal day-to-day life activities, some people can't handle it, and they are breaking down from this emotional stress. So most times it tends to lead to these mental disorders.
We have the situation where substance abuse, like currently now, what we are having in most cases now in mental disorder is substance abuse. A lot of youth engage in so many substance abuse, using tramadol, excessive of it, all kind of narcotics, or many of them. You understand? So most of all these things result in mental disorder.
Okay, the one that is more prevalent in Nigeria is substance abuse. For example, among youth, when they abuse drug substances like codeine, so some pills like Retinol, they tend to be in a depressed state. So whenever they're in a depressed state, they feel better and they feel good, and that depressed. But when it's prolonged, when they abuse the substances a very long period of time, they tend to be in a they tend to have depression.
Post-traumatic stress disorder is a form of anxiety disorder, and it is a psychological response. So in as layman's terms as I can bring it, it's a psychological response that is seen in an individual who has gone through a seriously distressing and traumatizing life event. This traumatic life event is usually of very high magnitude and intensity, and most often it would have impacted negatively on the mental health and the physical state of that individual. To bring it more home, so we can talk about an individual suddenly finding themselves in a life or death situation, like in a road traffic accident, and the symptoms would usually start to manifest about 6 months after experiencing that traumatic life event. Prior to that, psychiatrists like myself would make a diagnosis of an acute stress reaction, an acute stress disorder, but anything 6 months afterwards, we're beginning to look at a post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, a traumatic event would be any situation that threatens to overwhelm the capacity of an individual to cope, both mentally, physically, spiritually, economically. So it is a whole lot of dynamics that is involved. It's not just something threatens the integrity of that individual, maybe physically. It could be like you actually having like something really frightening happening to you that threatens your mental state. A loss of something, an object that is very worthy to you, that can be like in the economic sense of it. So a very traumatic life event that threatens to overwhelm you, and such individuals in that time, they need urgent or prompt intervention around any of those domains that you find it happening, for them so that they don't further deteriorate in terms of their mental and their physical state. So because you have narrowed it down now to everyday life, so we should look at things that would happen in our immediate environment, So house fire, so a building that burns down, and like I mentioned before, and I would like to emphasize on it, situations of that threatens the integrity of self, like rape, assault, even just being robbed or mobbed on the street, or being confronted with a weapon that can kill you. Those are things that bring it to the fore. And then domestic violence, very important. people who have experienced this and have survived domestic violence actually can manifest symptoms of PTSD. No, those are not of significant proportion to, these are things that individuals will learn to cope with as they are exposed to it. The event has to be sudden, it has to be profound, it has to be threatening, it has to be overwhelming for it to be of the magnitude to cause PTSD. And the fear that is involved in it, so a life-death situation, a closed shave with death. PTSD, like I said before, it's a form of anxiety disorder, and the symptoms psychiatrists or clinical psychologists will look out for would involve some of these things that I'll mention. So there's something called the hyper-aroused state or hyper-arousal. In that state, the individual becomes hyper-vigilant. It's as though they now begin to look out or keep, vigil for something bad that is about to happen to them. So you can find them not sleeping well, you can find them pacing, and there's something called the exaggerated startle reflex, a minimum or very small movement or sound in the environment and you see them jump in a startle, alright? You can also find them very restless and pacey, like I said before. And there's another one called avoidance. For avoidance, you find such individuals making or taking active steps to avoid being in an environment that reminds them of what has happened to them in the past. So for someone who had a ghastly motor accident and survived it, would now take conscious effort not wanting to enter a car again, okay? Or they don't even want anything that might trigger the memory. So it's some form of avoidance and it's a way of coping for the, with what they are exposed to or what they had been exposed to. Also, you have amnesia. Amnesia comes in the form of a total or complete or partial loss, memory loss for the event. So you might be trying to work on an individual who had a ghastly motor accident and they tell you they cannot remember that it ever happened to them. So it's not because they are trying to feign it, but that's a way, it's a mechanism that their body has developed or their mind has developed to help them manage what they went through. So it's a way of totally forgetting what they went through. You also have something called reliving the event. In reliving the event, it can be in two modalities. You can find people either, having pictorial and vivid flashbacks of the event. So they're not in the same situation where it happened, but they now have, it replays in their mind like they're actually still confronted with that particular traumatic situation. Or it can be in the form of dreams as nightmares. So they also have vivid recalls or vivid dreams about that event, and so you can see them suddenly waking up from sleep and crying out in their sleep, alright, or shouting in their sleep. And then you can find them waking up in that state, drenched in sweat, sweating, having very racy heartbeats, so palpitations, changes in their heartbeat, so they can go on to have panic attacks, And then you can also have another set of symptoms. There's something called the emotional numbing. Such people, you might find that they have changed from who you know them to be. They're not as emotionally reactive or reacting as you'd expect them to be. So they withdraw into their shell, okay? It's like as though they're still in a daze, or there is just a profound change that is noticed by other people around them. And then you can also have like a total change in their personality. So somebody who you know to be a very happy-go-lucky person suddenly becomes somebody who is very aggressive all of a sudden and very irritable and very quick to anger. So the littlest thing would just trigger a fuse in them. Okay, so you can notice like a personality change in them. And then some of them would now start using substances to cope, like alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and other hard drugs as a way of coping. So it's like a total change in who you used to know and the new person that has evolved as a result of PTSD. So those are some of the symptoms that you would find that would manifest and suggest post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, so that's very easy for all of us to deduce. I just mentioned the different modalities in how PTSD would affect an individual. The mental state of that individual begins to suffer, alright? So they might even have problems focusing, paying attention at work and all of that. So the next thing is, there is so much effort in going to work, they withdraw from work, so they might not want to go to work anymore, alright? If you're not working, your finances begin to suffer. All right. If you're having so much anxiety that you have not handled, how does that impact the relationship with your spouse? So you can see that there begins to be a disconnect between partners or spouses. And of course, children would also be affected because now they cannot relate with whoever is suffering, either if it's their mother or their father, in that way that they used to relate to them. So on many grounds, it will affect the individual personally, around their family functions, around their occupational functions, and even in their interaction with society as a whole. Somebody who used to be, very friendly, very outgoing, friends with many, begins to withdraw. So even in their social interactions and their ability to contribute to society begins to suffer. To just bring it now again to the family. So family function is one thing that is likely to be very to be damaged when an individual has PTSD. It affects relationship with spouse, it affects relationship with children. If the person happens to be the breadwinner of the family, you can imagine that finances begin to dwindle and suffer. If this person was somebody who was also like the peacemaker or somebody that tied family together, you can imagine that family relationships would suffer. So in that form, you can project it and into other areas of this individual's life and the family member's life. If it was the person who was, the one that related or interacted more with the children, took them to school, attended. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So on a very wide net, casting the net is really far. It will affect a lot of family members and family interactions. As with support in everyday life, so you now imagine somebody who now really needs that support. Support is very key and it is very, very important. Okay, individuals who know somebody who has had PTSD can contribute or can, support in their own little way by helping such an individual to talk. Helping them just to talk about it when they are willing to talk, being that listening ear, and being as empathetic and understanding as possible, and not judging them for maybe the wrong decisions that they made that might have contributed to it. So for example, one thing that is quick that we know is maybe when a young lady has been raped, the first thing you ask is, what were you doing there, or what were you wearing? That doesn't take care of the matter at that time. So it's not time to now make retrospective judgments. You want to be as open, as much as possible to that person. When the person is talking, listen, support, validate their experiences. It's also important for people to know that it's okay to suggest that people get help. Okay, and if it's somebody that is really close to you, who you have some form of accountability over, you can actually be the one to make the step, or initiate that step and make sure that ensures that this person gets help. And other things like just making sure that their food and their nutrition, their hydration is also taken care of. So more or less, just be that supportive person and not the person that judges them for what they went through. When an individual has gone through all that we have mentioned, and then it is imperative that they get help, there are facilities to get help, and I'd recommend a teaching hospital setting where they can get all the diverse specialists that are going to be involved in their care. So the support systems involved would include, a psychiatrist, so that's a doctor who specializes in mental health and behavioral disorders, and then there's the role of use of medications to control some of the symptoms that I mentioned, particularly the physiological reactions to the event. There's a very vital role that clinical psychologists play. They work with, helping the individual to cope with what they have been exposed to, and then helping them to rechannel and to restructure some of their thinking patterns. All right. There's also the role of a social worker who can investigate, the living environment of this individual and enforce that certain, modifications or changes can be made to their environment. Well, I guess as with everybody who has maybe one emotional illness or a mental illness or the other, because it is poorly understood, a lot of things are begin to, a lot of people would offer suggestions in the line of maybe it's a spiritual attack, or it's something that can be managed, in other ways, not necessarily paying attention to the fact that it's a medical disorder, that has been documented far and wide, and people just need to go to the right settings, to get help. Another thing that might be a misconception might be that people might say whoever develops post-traumatic stress disorder is because they are weak, they're weak in person, or they're weak in religion, and that after all, you're not the only person that has gone through similar situations. Why are you manifesting this? No two persons are the same, and people have different ways of being able to cope, and somebody else might not be coping just as well as another person, is why they're not developing certain disorders. So the key thing to know is, if anybody goes through any life, any traumatic event, there is role, or there is a place for therapy in helping them to deal with their problems so that it doesn't become a disorder. Yeah, that's very important, because many people who have gone through certain situations like this in the past just found a way of coping with it, or just dealing with it, even though they were not dealing with it very well. Okay, so PTSD is something that can endure for a long time, and you can imagine what damage it will cause that person on several domains in their lives. Okay, so I mean, it's not perfect if such people now come down with full-blown clinical depression. So other than having PTSD, they can have core symptoms of depression. They can even begin to contemplate suicide. So suicide can be one of the complications or the end result of someone that has PTSD. Then another very important one is substance abuse. People who are dealing with such turbulent emotional states can actually begin to use substances as a way of them to cope. So you find them heavily using alcohol, and suddenly become somebody who has to take alcohol before they're able to sleep at night. They begin to take marijuana so that they can dampen their emotional experiences. They can take cocaine because that gives them a high and makes them to forget their problems. So drug abuse or drug dependence is something that now can come out of the fact that somebody has PTSD. Diet is very good. Eat well, eat greens and veg and fruits. You all know all of those things. Eat more of the browns than the whites. Exercising at least maybe 3 times a week for say 30 to 45 minutes. These are things people talk about. Also, having a relationship that is confiding, somebody that you can onboard into, somebody who can reassure you when things seem to be going awry or not the way you want it to go. Just generally having, focusing more on the positives than on the negatives. These are just things to help improve somebody's mental wellness or well-being. But it's not what you're going to be preaching to somebody who is already going through their own psychological challenges. So I think there is more that needs to be done, definitely. I think there is more that needs to be done. Okay, if I would always make reference to the Itafaji Beijing collapse, because I know the Department of Psychiatry, Yaba, we tried to play a role at that time. We went there to see how we could offer first and psychological aid to people who had been, victims of the building collapse. But you could see that we were not prepared. I mean, it was a last-minute thing, and that we did it with so much urgency. We were not as coordinated as we should be. So there should be a preparedness for things like this. I mean, disasters happen. Nobody can predict it, And you can imagine that there are some places in Nigeria where there is ongoing situations like this. People of the Northeast, constant rape, the bomb blast, and these are things people see all the time. I don't know how much psychological, aid is available to them, but these are things that we need to put and then be prepared for as a nation. These are things that should be on the front burner. There should be teams that are, in place so that when there is anything like this happening in any part, people are dispatched to help, people and then provide all the psychological and social support that they need, other than the physical support. Because the first thing is the physical support has to be there. You have to be sure that they're taken away they're removed to a place of safety in a hospital. Their medical and their physical state has to be put in place. Like I mentioned before, all these things, if an individual would die, they will have died in the first 24 to 48 hours. PTSD is not likely to kill, and it doesn't even manifest immediately. It comes 6 months after. So it's after this person has even been medically stabilized, all right, and taken care of. That's when psychiatrists and clinical psychologists can come up later and say, okay, this person, we need to watch out for symptoms of PTSD in them, and then possibly intervene when it does manifest. Forcing people to commit suicide. Yeah, I get that the society is bad and things are really hard and there's so much insecurity all over the place. But I don't think anything forces anybody to commit suicide. That's the truth, or to take their lives as suicide. It's a situation everybody has found themselves. But one thing that we need to know is that, research has shown that suicide is more related to mental health, disorders or mental conditions. So about 90% of people who take their lives by suicide or attempt to do so actually have an emotional disorder which has not been diagnosed. So the leading cause of suicide remains emotional disorders. Okay? So you cannot have the remaining 10% that is contributed to by, other factors. So this would also be impacting anyway on the mental health of these individuals. So you can talk about relationship issues, which actually ranks very high on those who actually commit suicide for other reasons. So it's not even the financial or the economical reasons that people are quick to push to the front. It's actually more of, relationship issues, academic problems in students that makes them to commit suicide even before finances comes on the scale of reasons why people kill themselves. So we need to talk about things like resilience, ability for people to bounce back, ability for people to, deal very well or positively with whatever situations that they are dealing with, and for everybody to just know ultimately that there is hope, things would get better, and that suicide does not have to be the option or the way out of the problem. And many people who actually take their lives by suicide, really do not want to die. They just wanted that pain to end. Whatever that pain is, they just wanted that pain to end. They didn't want to die. Okay, so there's a role for everybody to play, and that's the truth. About 5-6 years ago, I don't think that mental health discussion was this, common amongst Nigerians. But it's the reality of the situation right now. Many more people are beginning to be aware that there are conditions that fall within the category of mental health disorders, and that's something that everybody should take on. That's like advocacy for mental health. Talking more about it, raising awareness for it, sharing stories so that other people can relate and people can find strength and say, oh, I went through that. They can identify with other people's experiences, and that they can use similar solutions that these people used when they had their own problems, as a way of solving their own problems. So this is everybody talk about it more. Encourage people to talk about it. Reduce stigma. I mean, if somebody says, I go to a psychiatric clinic, it's not time to throw cruel jokes or banters around and make untoward comments or judgmental comments. Mental disorders are what they are. It's a medical conditions, and anybody at any time can actually have it. There's no immunity to it. Being a child, you're not immune to it. Adults are not immune to it. The rich, they're not immune to it. The poor are not immune to it. So irrespective of religious affiliations or belongings or beliefs, you can also have an emotional disorder. So we need to also have that disconnect to understand that it's a medical condition. Just like people have hypertension, diabetes, cancer, people can have any type of emotional disorder like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, all right, and even drug abuse. All right, so there is definitely ongoing work, ongoing research. Research would tell you the conditions of the people, would bring you what causes the problem and how to go around it. There's also already existing evidence-based ways of treating. So the role of medications that the psychiatrists would use medications such as I mentioned before. We can also give them antidepressants to help them to control their mood problems, and then if there is instabilities in the mood, we can give things that the medications we call the mood stabilizers. All right. Also, there are medications to improve sleep for those of them who are not sleeping well. And then there is also the role that the clinical psychologist play. You see, I keep referring to clinical psychologists because we work in a team, as team workers. So we don't manage patients independently of the other. All right, because we know that it's more efficacious and we get better results when a clinical psychologist and a psychiatrist they work hand in hand. We get better results. And then the clinical psychologists also come on board with their own psychological therapies. These are also evidence-based. These are far researched methods of helping people. So you have the cognitive behavioral therapy, and in that way you're helping an individual to change, you're changing behaviors in an individual based on how they are thinking. There is more to it, but these are as layman as I can explain them. You also have cognitive restructuring, because such people, when such things happen to them, they develop some patterns of thinking that do not favor them. So what a cognitive restructuring will do is to help them to look for better ways of thinking and better ways of analyzing whatever it is that they went through, and developing healthier perspectives to what happens to them. All right. They also help them to develop coping mechanisms that are adaptive, that are positive. So, rather than take alcohol so that you can forget your problems, there are ways to cope. Either by talking about it, or by writing it down, or by you can even pray about it and all of that. There's so many other positive ways that you can deal and cope. So these are things that a clinical psychologist together with a psychiatrist can do. There's also the prolonged exposure. Even though the person went through that trauma, and the default thing is to run away from it, there are ways of bringing such situations back to that person to let them know that this happened that time. It doesn't mean that it's something that is going to continue to happen, and you can learn to control your reactions, your fear, and your fight, the fight to such situations. So there are different methods like that. There's another one called the EMDR, rapid eye movement, rapid desensitization therapy, or something like that. It's also a very it's a specialized treatment form of intervention, and you need to be very well versed for you to administer it in a patient. And it's also important for people to know that people can, situations can be worsened if you go to the wrong place. That's the truth. If it's not managed by people who are skilled, who are experienced, who are trained, who are professionals for that disorder, you can worsen whatever your situation is, and you can make the problem to endure for even longer than it would endure. So it's important that you go to the right place when you're seeking help.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. Make a conscious effort to focus on positive situations in life. Remember, health is wealth. I'm Jennifer Alibe. Bye for now.
One night in Los Angeles, while drinking and having fun, he took out his hand like, "Hey dude, let's race to the first $1 million." Race for $1 million. That's an aggressive race. But you know what? Just because I didn't like the guy, I really took on the race, seriously. 5 years after we had the handshake, I think I was 28. I'm like, man, now I have more than $1 million in my bank. I think I want to call that guy. And then actually he came. I picked him up with the Range Rover, nice. I was asking him, "So what are you doing now, man? You get that $1 million yet?" He said, "No." And then it made me feel good. Oh, this is what it feels like. Defeating, people that you hate. So I just kept on going, And I had houses, I had properties, I had a few apartments. I counted, I had like 15 cars or something, 6, 7 Harleys at the time, and then just toys in my garage, and then I could buy anything I want, and then I had everything that everybody else wanted. Man, I feel like I'm on top of my world. But how come there is such a big fear? How do I not become afraid? And because the fear is just not pleasant. Is this really going to last forever? And then I had accumulated much to the point where all I thought was just myself.
I remember one person had to die because of my greed.
the whole family suffered. Oh God. An old man owed me money, you know. Then he gave me a check. Check is good for next week. Following week, I took it to the bank and it bounced. I go, okay, promise you, next week. Promise, okay. To see him the next week, still didn't have money. So he lied to me 3 times. And then there was ego talking, you know, it was not about money anymore, you know. Couldn't care less about money. But, you know, just don't do that to me. Brought my bouncer with me, you know, my hitman. I destroyed his office. And then smashing things. The guy was so scared, he was smoking, he lit up a cigarette. He was so old, fragile, old and gray and bent and shaking. There I was, you know, I was still young, you know, tough. And I was so happy, you know, just his office was destroyed, you know, tables split in 2 and chairs, you know. I went home. Next day I found out he died, heart attack. All for $5,000. What have I become? You know? It should have been me. I just made a promise that the rest of my life I just choose to do good things for other people. That's it. Indonesia is already it's a developing country, and then my village where I live is probably one of the underdeveloped villages. I'm not saying you have to sell your houses, your cars, and everything. Well, that's what I did, but I'm not imposing the values to other people. That's what I needed to do. What I'm saying is, maybe there's somebody that needs to build whatever, you know, the houses or irrigation system or something or anything. There's a need, you know, in their village. You go out, you be the answer to the need. I think the true happiness is when you start to empty yourself a little bit more and more, you know, and more the next day. Giving is actually the key to happiness. We bring different values to young people that maybe that are really becoming addicted with selfishness. You go ask young people, say, what do you want to do in life, man? You know, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. Why? To make a lot of money. I say, I tell my children, you know, if there's time, there's money, you become doctors. When you graduate, you become anything. You go out to the villages, go help serve people who cannot repay you at all. And it gives me such satisfaction. Now we have a clinic down there, you know, with the whole village, you know, we fix their teeth, we clean them up, and, you know, and then they come back home like, oh, I've been suffering for years, I have no money to go to the doctors and everything. Now, thank God, you know, I have you, you know, they're happy because of your presence, because of your service that you do.
Punya keberanian
ya, untuk mempunyai kerendahan hati, mau belajar, menyatakan bahwa oke, saya orang muda, saya perlu belajar karena I'm not that smart, ya. Karena kita banyak perlu, we have to learn many things. Ini perlu kerendahan hati.
Kenapa? Karena gini, kamu tuh jadi manusia tuh harus punya sesuatu yang kamu mau. Ngerti nggak? Achievement. Kamu mau apa?
Yes, we teach the young people to be successful and everything, but before they become successful financially, I think it's good for them to have a good foundations of morale, which is actually not about self. It's about giving to other people, empowering, being beneficial to other people. Your presence need to benefit other people. That's how you're going to create the balanced society. It's actually contagious. When you go inspire somebody else, they become inspired, they want to do something else. Why is it really important? Well, because there's so much suffering in this world. Because everybody serves themselves. Selflessness is really the key. The fear, it's not there anymore. Yeah, there's really nothing to be afraid of. 10 years ago and beyond, happiness can only be defined by the feeling of having something that nobody else has. That was my happiness. Winning the race in life. It's completely opposite. It's towards fulfilling somebody else's dream.
Apa itu di dalam? Makanan ya?
The togetherness and doing something different, for other people, really is what's going to unite your family even more. Live a simpler life.
An entrepreneur in the world, Lady, Chief, Mrs., Queen, Duchess, Princess, who's Princess too? Ronkus. One of the models fell on you, and a very sexy girl, one of the sexy long-legged models, just fell right into your lap.
Yeah, I would find an excuse to keep her a couple of minutes there.
I like that. Very well said. Remind me to push one of the models to you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
The first half of the show, we have to kickstart the first half, and then of course the grand finale, which is going to put fashion at its full stop. Come with me. Come. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, as I proceed to take the show to the next level, because this is the ministry of all. Like I said earlier, I can't wait to see the collection on stage tonight. Remember, it's the first half of the African Fashion Week Nigeria, and we're looking forward to her, Tiana's Styling Academy, the Fashion Academy. Let's see what the students are putting up. Are they going to bounce me? Come, let's find out. If they bounce me here, I will match them with my shoe. Come. Are we welcome? You're welcome. As you see, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to fashion, it's an easy getaway. Let's go in. Alrighty. All right, the show is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go get my front row seats, and I will be back on the red carpet for the second half. Yeah.
I'm done talking. And if you activate a data plan of 1.5 gigabytes and above on your EasyFlex bundle, you'll immediately get
My father is still very much alive on you.
You must be a proud family.
My replacement, Chief God.
So, given our current situation, can you tell us how bad the numbers are?
And now it's time to pay up.
In 30 days.
Or risk losing everything.
If we have...
And in this Igwe Pascal, everyone will lose their jobs. And they're all depending on me, and I feel like I'm failing.
No.
Stop it!
We need to hold ourselves up to higher standards. This is my tribunal. You don't know the things I've sacrificed.
You are the best thing that's ever happened to me. I swear.
Greg gave you my heart. I gave you my body. I gave you not 8, but 12 years of my life. I gave you 2 beautiful kids. 1 more. Could you ask for?
I don't want anything more. You're the only treasure I have. I'm so sorry for the pain. Tosin.
There's nothing to be sorry about. It is over between us. Over!
Babe, don't talk like this, please. Please.
I want a divorce.
The University of Lagos Main Library was established in 1962 with the mission, amongst others, to make information-seeking activity most rewarding and enjoyable for various categories of users in the community. 59 years down the line, the Unilag Main Library, under the leadership of the university librarian, Dr. Mrs. Yetunde Abosede Zaid, is still upholding that mandate. With the deployment of RoboScholar, undergraduates, postgraduates and other members of the Unilag community who are eligible to use the main library can now access its services seamlessly, starting from the entrance. With its interactive voice feature embedded, RoboScholar welcomes users to the main library.
Hello, welcome to Unilag Library.
RoboScholar has the ability to identify persons who have registered their information on its database. I was able to strike a relationship with RoboScholar.
Okay, please stand in front of me. Please stand in front of me and look at the screen. Hello, Samuel.
Good morning. But that is not all RoboScholar can do. With RoboScholar, locating books or other materials in the library is now easy peasy.
I need newspaper. Go to the reference library on the first floor of the Gandhi Library of the basement. Thanks, bye.
If you are a lecturer or postgraduate researcher in need of research material from the library, here is what RoboScholar can do for you.
The introduction of the RoboScholar has helped me first to know the reserved area that is used for staff of the University of Lagos. It has helped me to locate the writer's resort that is used mainly and strictly by staff of the University of Lagos.
For the visually impaired users of the library, things just got easier.
Talking about RoboScholar and the University of Lagos, there's a very high level of accessibility for persons living with blindness or persons who are visually impaired. Now, for instance, walking into the library, I use my guide pin to locate where RoboScholar is. I'm able to ask RoboScholar locations of where I would like to get to or where I would like to read. Where is the law library?
It is at the basement.
Where is the Visually Impaired Resource Center?
It is at the basement.
Aside from giving pointers, RoboScholar can help users navigate the library website, and if you need help reaching specific locations, RoboScholar has got you covered.
Hello, RoboScholar. Take me to the offline catalog.
Online catalog is 17 meters ahead, and it takes less than 1 minute to get to your destination. Please follow me. I'm moving to online catalog. Please clear the road. I'm moving to online catalog. Please clear the road.
For the university librarian, Dr. Mrs. Yetunde Zaid, the introduction of RoboScholar is a robust addition to the library.
As a support service to the physical library operations, the deployment of RoboScholar is adding value to library service delivery in the University of Lagos. It has also reduced the effort and time of answering simple reference questions. Prior to the deployment of this technology to the University of Lagos, most of our services are ICT driven because we operate on hybrid library system such that our resources and our services are accessible on-site and remotely.
Dr. Zaid is full of gratitude for what she calls a timely intervention with RoboScholar.
And I sincerely just want to use this opportunity to once again express my profound gratitude to the donor of this technology, making the University of Lagos the first university in Nigeria and indeed in West Africa, the first university to deploy robotic to its library services. It is laudable and it is timely, and I really want to thank the donor.
Indeed, The University of Lagos is the university of first choice and the nation's pride. RoboScholar services in the Unilag main library will set the pace for technological advancements in library operations across the nation's universities. You're beautiful. You're delectable. You've got a lovely body shape. Comments like these generally seem complimentary. But did you know that these same comments have at one time or the other initiated unsolicited sexual advances? Advances that then lead to sexual harassment and gender-based violence. Nigerian tertiary institutions have been fingered as flashpoints for this trend that has gone on for years now. In 2018, Professor Richard Akindele of the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife was sentenced to 2 years in prison for demanding sex from a student for grades.
What's the plan now?
Okay, plan. Let's have the first one today. And then after it, I'll do it to your person. And then we'll do another one tomorrow.
Shaking what they doing, Jenny?
If we know 5, our agreement is 5.
Because of, is it B you want to give me or E?
No.
So why would it be 5 times that you will not come in before I do?
That's what I would.
So you know what? Let me save it. I can't do it 5 times. So how many for?
And in October 2019, an undercover reporter posing as a student exposed incidents of sexual harassment by Dr. Boniface Igbenegu in the University of Lagos.
Do you want me to kiss you?
Okay, I've heard you, sir.
Answer. Do you want me to kiss you?
Do I want you to kiss me? No, I'm not talking about you kissing me. I'm talking... Sir? I'm close to you already, sir. Sir?
No, sit down, sit down, sit down. I don't want this call. Come close.
Sir, I've gotten the cold room idea.
Come close, come close.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down.
It's okay.
Look.
Yes.
But is sexual harassment only limited to sex for grades? No. As you will come to find out, it extends beyond that. Reputed as the University of First Choice and the nation's pride, the University of Lagos will not fold its arms and allow this menace go unattended, hence the adoption of a triple force operative mechanism.
Between the University, Northwestern, and the College of Medicine, we came together because we recognize that it would be really powerful if we all work together to make sure that we actually clear this scourge from our campus. Now, the university is not unique. Sexual harassment is global. And I'm pretty proud of our university that we're really taking a very hard look at it, and I have decided that it has to be eradicated.
This resulted in the adoption of the Gender and Sexual-Based Violence Policy by the University of Lagos in 2018. So then, addressing the Boniface saga was a walk in the park, given that there was already an existing framework. To this end, discussions like these bring in stakeholders in the community of the University of Lagos together to fight this monster have been going on.
The offices and the units of the university represented in this meeting are some of the institutions and the units of the university that are recognized under the sexual harassment policy as having responsibility. This is a series of meetings, so today we're working with the Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee, the University Counseling Unit, the Security Unit, both in Akoka and in Idiaraba.
Now, let's go back to the question. What exactly qualifies as sexual harassment?
I'm sure every woman here can recall walking on the streets and men ogling her, and as a young girl, and being ogled, and cat calls and all those things. That is sexual harassment.
But really, what is the driving force for perpetrators of these unwholesome acts? Is it lust? Maybe not.
It's actually impunity. I can do it because I think I can overpower her. I have not seen any guy who would rape a girl that's bigger and stronger than he is. You go for the person you can overpower. It's a power thing. Also, when it's a lecturer it's a power thing. It's never the other way around. So it's a power thing, and that's why it's also a weapon of war. Soldiers go into a cell and you rape all the women. It's not because they can't control themselves. It's because they know they can. They can do it and they can get away with it.
Most times, when you hear or think of sexual harassment, what comes to mind is that it happens only between opposite sexes. That is not entirely accurate.
We've also had the perpetrator come before the committee. That was in a case involving a male perpetrator against a male survivor.
Another misconception is that it happens only between lecturers and students.
This was not an academic staff, it wasn't a lecturer, it was a laboratory official or assistant who we were told was making sexist remarks to a young man, strangely enough.
More often than not, sexual harassers have been found to operate with specific targets.
The first attempt of that perpetrator to sexually assault, rape, and harass our student happened like 5 years before he was finally caught. And at that time, what he normally does is to come to the campus in the evening, this time around in a black tinted jeep. So he will randomly pick female students. But there's one common factor that we also take note of, was that his victim most times they are always virgin. So how he managed to always identify the virgin female student became a mystery to us.
However, the University of Lagos no doubt has recorded some victories in its fight against sexual harassment, and survivors have gotten justice.
There was a particular female student in University of Lagos, a 200 level of accounting. She was actually wooed by an outsider, an Igbo man, and on the day they met, they exchanged contacts. So the man told her that he's based at Abuja, and he usually comes to Lagos once in a while, that he's into importing and exporting. So on a particular day, the man called this lady and told her that she is at the guest houses, that she should just come over. So the lady came all the way from Yanopaja. So they met at the car park, the CITS car park. So they started going towards guest houses, and the man suggested that they should pass through the seeded bypass behind the Faculty of Arts. I'm sure all of us know the place. And this was about after 9 or thereabout in the night. So immediately they got to a particular spot where we have dump sites this man brought out a gun and asked her to undress herself, that he wanted to have sex with her. Of course, he had his way. And he did stop at that. He made sure that he collected all her belongings, money, phones, jewelry, then the clothes. He actually seized the clothes of the lady. As God will have it, after a year, this incident happened in December 2017. And the following year, 2018, this same man saw this student in a bus at Oshodi. And when they met, because the lady has actually put on and she was wearing a wig, so he couldn't recognize her, he also talked to her. And on asking for a number, the lady gave him another number, not the previous number. So immediately that happened, the lady came back to us and said, look, Oga, the man, I met him again. I said, good. Now, what will happen is that I will refer you to the IPO that handle your case. You are going to tell him this development, and we are going to put up an arrangement for how we are going to effect his arrest. So immediately he got to the police. The police told her that, look, this is a good development. You tell him that your brother is leaving the country and you want to do a send-forth for him and put the venue at Sabo, a restaurant at Sabo. So the message was communicated to the corporate. So on the day of the incident or the event, the police officer actually acted like the person that wanted to travel out, dress properly, and they make it lively. So now said, young lady, call your friend, let him come and join us. So behold, around 11 o'clock in the night, he just breezed in, he came. So immediately he got to the point, he was greeting all of them, shaking them, congratulations, congratulations, I'm happy your brother is leaving the country. In the course of greeting them, the man just stood up and heard him, that young man, you are under arrest. I'm a police officer. Then he was shocked. So right from there, they picked him up, he was taken to Sabo. On getting to Sabo police station, he asked the lady, please, young lady, remove your wig. So when the lady removed the wig, he now came back to his senses that, yeah, this is the lady I had issue with some time ago. So at that point, he was picked up and the matter was charged to court. So as I speak, the matter is still in court. We are already on trial. We have given evidence. So it is the police IPO that is coming to give evidence in the next adjournment date.
But how will this policy play out in terms of implementation?
In a short while, the same way we think about exam misconduct, and if as staff they're talking to you, you're talking about, if the student has more than 24 units, he has to wait an extra semester, becomes the same way that every member of this community can talk about the steps in the continuum in addressing sexual harassment, and not that people will say, I did not know. We're hoping that we get to the point by the next round of employment, you will have to be signing up to the university policies before we finally, as part of your acceptance process. We're looking at a time when you will actually need to be doing refresher modules on all of this.
As advocacy and sensitization increases in the University of Lagos and spreads to all other tertiary institutions in the nation, it is expected that the menace of sexual harassment will witness a reduction to the barest possible minimum.
Fellow University University. Alexa Quinn and Ligma. Let's welcome Ligma. You're welcome to the University of Lagos. Afros Ali, can I see your hands up? Bayero University. Approaching center stage. You're welcome to the Games 2022. Approaching center stage is Cross River University. Delta State, you're welcome.
Ebonyi State University,
Ebonyi State University.
Edo State University, Iyamo.
Edo State University. NPT, wave. Enugu State University of Science and Technology. It's good to have you in Lagos. It's good to have you. Federal University, Lokoja. You're welcome. Can we put our hands together for Federal University, Lokoja? You're welcome. Federal University of Agriculture. Can I see your hands up? Federal University of Agriculture. Wave. Federal University of Akure. Can you wave? Let me see your hands up. Wave. You're welcome to Unilag.
This is also in the house. It is the Federal University of Technology, Mina.
Federal University of Technology, Mina.
Women, the Federal University of Technology, Owerri.
Federal University, OEFT. Let me see your hands up. Thank you.
And in front of you right now, Bay State University.
Bay State University, wave.
Mr. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University.
Badamasi Babangida.
Ignatius Ajuru University.
Ignatius, can I see your hands up? You're welcome to State University. You're welcome to the University of First Choice of the Nation's Pride. Obafemi Awolowo University. Make some noise for Obafemi Awolowo University. Come on. Obafemi Awolowo, you're welcome. Summit University of Summit University of Taye Sholari, can I see your hands up? Taye Sholari University, you're welcome. River State University, Port Harcourt. River State University, Port Harcourt, can I see your hands? University of Abuja. University of Abuja. University of Benin. University of Benin, you're welcome. Can I see your hands up? It's good to have you in Lagos. Obaro University, Basina.
Borno State University.
Borno State University. University of Jos. University of Jos.
Yobe State University, Dahatu.
University of Uyo, you're welcome.
University of Agriculture, Makoni.
University of Agriculture, can I hear you make some noise? Our University of Nigeria. You're welcome to one of the games of the year 2022. University of Calabar, you can do better, make some noise. Love is your number, can I see your hands up? Come on. If you're University of Maiduguri, can I feel your honesty?
The University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
My Thomas University, you're welcome. University of Port Harcourt, you're welcome.
The University of Port Harcourt, synchronized from head to toe.
The Host University. Unilag, make some noise. Unilag, make some noise. His Excellency, Honorable Senator Jamila, will present to you the Host University of Unilag. Bado, let me travailler.
Bado snare, pepper snare, many with it one leg. Repete, unruly, badoli, B prime, baby debit. Babeje, Asarailu hip hop, mofos cannot keep up. Bitch, I be going non-stop. Zazu, she, Aka, Ika, Desoje Bitalaga.
See many people there outside where they feed man's oboe. Oh no, I mean I stand the defender like Joseph. Let's go now. But girl say she want Netflix and chill, so I chatty get even money. If you fall in love, Kelly satin. You go to breakfast, I'm not capping. Can you see dripple, I'm not catchy. I'm not faking this, no fugazi. You see these feelings, I'm not catching. I'm on quest and feet, I just want it.
His Excellency, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila.
I therefore, on this note, declare the games open.
Ladies, they feeling it, why they turn up. Last kitty boy, the man, yeah, he turn up. Hello, how are you? See everything that's on Chris over here. See bad guys and the chicks over here. See plenty money and the drinks over here. Hello, how are you? She be Moses up, where came from? Chris Brown. Never fashion way, cook as woman, make it down. Never to rubber, don't follow, no cabal. Cabal, yeah, cabal. For me, swagger, what's that about? We kill every show, we run in the town. The king of the throne, I'm holding the town. Hello, you go, we holding the down. We come be like say, make them open the ground, make them bury you. You can open your mouth. I see another when you with it turn up. When people hear the bell, they go turn up. Ladies, they feeling it, why they turn up. Last kitty boy, the man, yeah, he turn up.
Say that a government is a reflection of a society. Nigeria is what was in their mind. To be very, very, very honest. So you as a Unilag student now, you open your mouth and say, the government is bad, Nigeria is bad, economy is bad. You open your chest will not be pricking you that hypocrisy. Because what are you people doing in the name of bed space?
My God. It really has to be in the name of bed space for you because Mewa Shele.
10, you just don't understand. 10. Even more than 10 at this point. You know what? 350K is happening.
I just think we should always, they say charity begins at home. I think Mika might want to answer a few questions, guys. I mean,
no. You know what? No. We know wisdom. We all know wisdom is personality is opposite of
guys.
We all know that.
It's easier for you to shoot the shot at the but no. Answer questions.
Yes. YM. Normal young male. I just look to We all remember wisdom.
But by the way, have you guys not noticed somebody's becoming a baddie and then it's coming with some backup. Like, look
What is
around,
a body without backup?
Like, look around now.
Your
You guys should look around.
What is body without
bad?
I don't understand. I'm supposed to be a body with.
But let me speak wisdom. We all remember wisdom, the opposite of his name. You remember it.
My God. Sorry, we're here for something serious. Even though we're laughing, shots are flying everywhere.
Wisdom, this new year.
No, I'm like, I'm
makes
just
more sense.
let him
finish this.
Let's talk about this. I mean, whatever is going on in
Before you talk about it, let's introduce people. Can't you say there are new people on the show?
New cats.
You identify as a cat.
No.
Because it's not from out now, there are new cats.
No, let him personalize new cats. Ain't a cat.
Don't drag her into it, please. Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, remember my own face now. In case you don't remember it, I'm looking a bit different. My hair my cheek have gotten bigger, and all of that wisdom is as thin as ever, if not even thinner. That's what I do with him. It's as if we're this far.
I mean, I'm keeping my body fit.
Maybe
you have fit fan backwards.
I must say that I think the producer picked a lot of mad people.
You have 6 ribs, not 6 backs. Let's just leave it like that. Wisdom, you remember, wisdom is not very wise, and of course.
I mean, I'm not one of those guys that would have opened his shirt. I'll just let it go.
Humility is on.
Let's leave our ancestors and come to we newbies.
He wants to show his 6
Alright, so let's allow the
new cats.
Sorry, new cat, one new man, new lady.
Well, my name is Samuel, PSALMWELL. Yes.
Sorry, spell it.
So hold on.
Come, let's spell it.
The Psalm in the Bible, then you have well, but sometimes people say that.
Well, as in well that come back.
But sometimes the well doesn't really.
It's to be well.
You know, on safe space. To be fair, on safe space, we like to say safe space or not. So we cannot do opposites over here. Look at wisdom and his name. What an opposite. We have him that is well, not entirely well. And of course, please let the lady speak.
Second pretty girl on this show. I have to tell her because I'm pretty like that.
Hey,
and
that's unfair. That's unfair, guys. My name is Nini, and it's not Nini. It's not Nini. Well, it is Nini. It's very simple. What you call this fine English?
I can relate with you.
Why you bomb out? Nini?
Why you groaning? Why you on your stomach?
Why you vibrating with the name? It's soft like me, Nini.
I think sometimes some people talk based on, especially experience of what they do in Zahoza room. But
hold on, do you have issues with self-confidence? Because
I don't.
Because
I think everything.
I don't understand why you have to acknowledge Mika as like finally.
No, it's just women supporting women.
I don't be a hater like you.
Wisdom is literally thinking on 2 bodies that are about to eat him. So I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm going to show you why you use the matter.
I think it's the one with self-confidence because why when you had the opportunity, why you have spoken about
introduce herself. I mean, how do you walk into a room and introduce yourself that way?
Can there be self-confidence with this airline?
No, it doesn't. It's not about the airline.
Please,
self-confidence is receding.
I've heard so much about women that I've actually accepted what it is at the moment. But
so why you drag other people into your
room and introduce yourself that way? I find it very difficult.
Let's talk about the serious talk.
All right, let's go.
It's not the heart of God.
Plenty in you people. You do not have the heart of God.
Well, because tell
me why you ballot for best peace. You got it. You are lucky.
43K.
You pay 43K. Okay, let's even say let's add everything. You buy
transport, passport, everything.
You buy Macintosh. 45. But let's say 50K. Sorry, it's when I'm feeling pain in my chest. Yoruba will come out. Yoruba will come out. Yes. You
not buy Phoenix.
You not say that. Okay, 50K tí mo rà yẹn kò tó mi o.
50K that you buy it is not enough for you.
You want to jolly.
You had extra 50K. You say kò tó mi no.
You
had another 50K. You say it's not
enough.
Okay. You had another 50K. This is 6. This is 5. Sorry, this is 300K.
That is if they're considering.
Wait, that was like weeks back because currently I heard some bed space like in some hostels they're selling for as high as 400K. But like sorry, money to buy like a few plots of land at least down payment in Boyakwe, Ogun State. I don't know if Ikorodu are very expensive now, but
no.
Sorry. To the Ikorodu people,
you need wisdom soft spot.
No. I just want to put it out here that I believe in Ikorodu. I sympathize with you. I do not think
Ikorodu. You live in Yanokmaja. What is the difference?
But now
what is the difference?
Hold on. Look at that. Like
look at
Ikorodu people.
Funny enough. didn't say anything bad. He just said
I just said, but that aside, please, why are we doing this to ourselves? I thought we agreed that, you know.
To be honest, me, I don't know anybody that's selling best space to. And I don't know who they have sold best space to, but I have heard it. I've heard rumors.
Actually, I heard people complaining. Like I was in a bus the other day, and I heard apparently they were Unilag students, and so they were complaining about bed space, and they were, you know, just complaining about the price, and I'm like, for real?
Like at some point you're gonna think that
I'm in the same school with two people.
I'm like, is it the room? Like, just one bed, like.
You know, at a point the person
said
it.
There's a crazier one. They say that they will collect squatter. When they will collect money from the squatter, they will not sell the space with the squatter.
My dear, and the squatter will be the owner of the best place.
So you are squatting with the squatter. Some people on his level like that, they have legit squatter. So you are selling a whole human being. With this space.
No,
they are buying space.
I think we are going to actually get to that. We are going to get to that conversation of squatting because I mean all these people from Ibadan, like how do you wake up and you make rules?
I mean there are people from Abuja.
Hold on. And then hold on. Have you seen that one that they say you must be a virgin? And they are going to collect money from you.
Prerequisites for space.
I don't understand. She's admission.
Like for squatting. The person said that before you must be a virgin.
Why you want to this virgin?
I don't understand.
Some kind.
Honestly, though, let's talk serious talk, right? I feel like it's just, you know, when I started this episode, I said that our government is a reflection of our society. So that person that said it 350K now, when he reach presidency, what do you think he'll go and do?
See, me, I'm just going to say from my open chest. God, you have a lot to judge because
you know, these are the reasons school authorities are. I had a conversation with DSA during the protest when, of course,
you have it. Hold on.
Your leg is long,
calm down. So, but DSA was complaining that he's aware that as Bedford was selling as 25,000 naira, that people were selling up to about 100,000 naira. Of course, I had to pretend like I wasn't aware of that information, and which of course.
Now you have confessed. Now DSA
so I was like, sister, so you mean this now? Because I came in as an independent correspondent. I was like, so this thing happened. Like, yes, we are aware of this thing, but now. We accused school and of course people came out to protest, which of course is quite understandable about the hike in fee and all of that. And then the school decided to have conversation and all of that happened.
And nothing really happened. So
if see, let me tell you, it simply means that if students had the power, if they were helping other people pay school fees,
sure, you see that one particular aspect that is even off me is that okay, you want to sell best space because okay, let's say you want to recover the money that you used to pay for the best space, and you not say that okay, let me recover the money. You cannot not say okay, let me add 50K, double the amount, 100K
or everything 100,000. Let's
just say 50K.
Let's say you even want to carry gun 150.
But this one is Shakabula. This one's I'm
because I'm like.
So wait, no, it's like you guys do not actually understand the space we are talking about. Let me define that space for you. It means that in a room of they're supposed to have like up to 8 people.
You buy one bed.
So now you're going to have a bunk like this.
A bunk mate.
Yeah. So that top, like, there's no mattress, so that's what they're selling 400,000.
Hey,
with
and
locker,
the way you're defining it is making you look.
My own is even that. Sure, that 400K that you go and drop for any best. If you go and buy all those private hostels outside, the same price.
With even a little bit luxury,
they will give you AC. They will give you washing. They will give you microwave. People have microwave in their room.
I'm gonna give you washing machine.
They will give you. You not say okay.
And you have cleaners. You want to come and clean inside the room.
You want to stay in school stay.
Okay, so
parents let's not even talk about bed bug issues.
Hold on, so parents are also part of this because I had conversation with someone and the person was like, my dad said.
You didn't hear anything.
My dad said like, security wise that he prefers inside school.
Actually, a lot of parents have that mentality.
So now parents are like, oh, instead of getting outside, I don't want to go in home at late night. And then, so school wise,
so security you are paying for is 400. Let's say 350
what was that security collecting as
at this point, if security would not
carry,
you guys need to be paying all those placard and they need to increase security
because they are doing more than their job.
I think you guys need to pay alpha base or increase their salary because it's helping you guys. Because why do I want to pay? And do you know now that's not even the part. People pay and then they sleep on bunk. Now, is the other part of paying up to about 190 and then you're sleeping on the floor with 10 other people.
You're ever talking about
it is
that?
Like, let's forget the hostel facilities. Is it worth you paying 350K?
The toilet.
You're using a toilet that over how many people are using? You're using a bathroom that some of them
you have to stipulate that time for cooking.
Wait, but do you know that when you're in your homes, right?
Yeah.
In your bathroom, you drop your soap, you drop something. You can pick it, you can rinse it. But these hostels, I literally last semester, I just finished brushing. Like I finished brushing, and I think I was just not paying attention, and I think someone called my name, and the brush was dropping. Like it's something I could have just rushed to
but
get the
like,
brush.
it's not
but I was like, it's gone. If I try to catch this brush, me and I fall in this place. Even IPO is not. See, my sins are neater than this toilet, but it's not from my mouth to wear that Beyonce.
We don't already. But by the way, I think that Beyonce could be Urugu. No, I'm serious.
But another thing is, I think the craze with the price and everything is that a lot of us, because I think it's even worse with female hostels.
Definitely way worse.
And I think it's the pressure.
Sales quarter with space now.
I think it's even the pressure to get
the same hostel you're looking for virgin. Female hostels.
I'm looking for again. A lady for a virgin.
Hear this thing.
A lady for a lady virgin. Like I don't understand.
Why do you know that?
Daughter of Eve.
It's the link
what concern you with
when I'm less busy, I do have a bit of investigative journalism.
If DSA is looking for the culprits, you that will come and
obviously because you are a link.
No, I'm not a link.
Right now, I just want to tell you one thing.
I
want to tell you something.
Hold on, in journalism, I can protect myself.
End up in ditches.
No, I can protect myself.
Protect yourself too.
I can protect myself.
Not on the side.
On a serious note, I feel like it's just plain wickedness because after you do something, and then to be very honest, sometimes it's not even the people that want to sell the space. It's the agent.
Imagine like their agent. And you know what I found out?
Update online. All to deals. Dropping now.
Non-negotiable.
See,
they don't find terminology.
In the middle of the night.
Sorry.
By direct buyers.
There are literally two things.
Direct is never direct.
Two things about
never ever.
There are like two things about the situation. And it's one, I feel like the hike in price, the unreasonable action and everything is due to the craze to want to belong and the unnecessary pressure to want to use the latest iPhones. So a lot of these people selling this bed space, you realize that they have probably an iPhone 13 and XR or whatever it is. So they want to upgrade to 15 and 15 Pro Max because you want to tension your neighbor that you probably don't even know if they have. Like you see some of these rich kids here. Like I have a lot of rich kid friends.
He's a very rich kid.
No, I'm not.
Show me your friend. I'll tell you who you are.
We know who's buying us dinner today.
No.
We do.
I'm not the one, but okay, let's leave that.
Samuel.
But the thing is, I have a lot of rich kid friends that I know because of my department and a lot of things. And you see these people, they're so reserved. They're not spending that much. When you, I'm in creative arts, by the way. But then you, please, this period.
Sorry.
Public service announcement. This period, do not go to creative arts. We are seeing a lot of things called practicals and a lot of things.
Is your ex from creative arts?
No, it's not creative arts people that want to beat me that day that I say that they are lousy. I mean,
because of Mr. and Miss Unilag.
They are.
Okay, so we're going to
my matter to the class group. Me, I'm still looking for people to come to face to face. I cannot fight physically,
But we'll talk about that later. But back to like what I was saying, it's this craze to use the iPhone 15 and a lot of unnecessary
I don't think it's necessarily iPhone 15. I feel like most of these agents, they know it's better to stay outside. So they're trying to make up the money to pay because outside is also like, I feel like there's a direct situation with the school fees increasing outside.
But do you know one thing?
And school hostel prices as well.
But do you know one thing I discovered about these agents is that some of these agents have bed spaces.
Yes, they do.
And some of them have their cots. They have squatting space and everything. But I think it's a lot of them just want to. Some of them even have apartments outside and all of that. And it's not. Maybe they're struggling for the rent or anything, but it's
a business.
You tell someone that, do you have bed space? You say yes. How much do you think you want to put it up for? 150. And then I tell you that, okay, so maybe I'll collect the money from the person. I'll tell the person 200. Yeah. So whenever the person tries to bring up the issue of price, don't have a discussion with that person. Then I come up and I'm like, hey, it's 350. Then I give you your 150 and I have like 200.
Not you have the
personal
space,
gain. And I'm not the owner of the space.
No wonder you say direct buy. I'm not the direct.
And then you see some people are like, I want to sell my space, but because you don't know me one-on-one.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are even hunting for the freshers right now. And you're hearing like, okay, this bed space is coming with a squatter, whereas now maybe the squatter.
Let me get the space.
Do you understand?
Now,
the second
I will
thing
collect money to
the second thing is, I don't have issue with the squatting of a thing because currently we
You
understand
should have
that
issues because the school have issues with it.
No, I feel
But
like no.
I think if the school does not have
with it is not entirely. I
Because
don't say
you're squatting.
reasonable, but I want to say that it's not logical to have problems because, like, let's look at it now. They locked 3 hostels.
Exactly.
And they
So
have
we need to
and
be
they have
fair.
new people coming in. And they have like
batch
two
A,
batches
batch B for
coming in.
freshers.
So how exactly do you want people? Where do you want people to stay?
And there is
The thing
a
is that-
second building that a lot of people were hoping for, the
Don't
other
hope for
El
anything,
Academy.
don't hope for anything.
And then they're like, it's for international
Like this has spoken.
students.
They don't hope for
I don't hope for
anything.
anything.
Wisdom has
The
spoken.
dean
Can
of
you hear?
student
Don't hope for
affairs has
anything.
said that, well, I heard it. I didn't hear from him directly, but there was just something
They
like
say. I know
that you did not sign MOU with the University of Lagos that when you're going to get into school, that every year you get access to accommodation.
That's true.
Of course, that's why it's subjected to balloting and those who have strings to pull to get that.
To be honest, I feel like the fairest way they can do this is
It's
how they
allow
used to do
squatting,
it
sir.
in the past. As when they pay school fees, when you they get your space. Because there's some people that pay school
Do you know
fees early
the portal will
that could not
crash?
get. No. It's not.
As you are
there's no
paying your
balance.
fees,
You are paying your
you are
fees,
coming
you are
in.
allotted. Let's put everything together. You are allotted a bed space. Period. They cannot be telling you, okay, this is the hostel because there's so many people that paid school fees early, did not even get space. Now they're still trying to hustle money to get apartment outside of.
But other universities do freshers and final years. Then
that's how it's supposed to
would
be.
not
They
ballot.
kind of
No, in fact, they should even carry the executives of different students' bodies.
Limau.
I think that what we should do at this stage is let everybody just be considerate because we know what the current economic situation is. So you can allow squatting, but let's put like a number or something to
It's putting pressure.
Or regulations about it.
Forget people that even live
understand.
far away. Forget people that live far away. People that live in Lagos. Do you
It's
know how
not
much
even
transport fare
easy.
is right now?
Yesterday, I went to the island. I had like 5,000 naira cash. Going
See your rich friends,
alone.
Rich
kid,
No. I went for an
This guy
audition.
is there,
I actually went for an audition. I'm not, but I
You know, he
went
said
for an
something about we keep being
audition.
reserved. I think he's
I'm not. So I'm
owning
actually
now
like a
now.
mad person on this side, but let's leave that.
Ah.
So now there is this thing about I had 5K and then I went for an audition. Going alone was like 2,500, close to 3,000, and then I still had to come back to school for a class. So I was already spending close to 4K, and then I have 5,000, and then I'm supposed to go home, and I'm going like trenches. That's why I said I'm not a rich kid. I'm going to Ejigbo.
Rich kid, they
And they go Ejigbo.
Ejigbo.
Yes.
As
my
you don't
lord.
hear, we don't know where they live like this now. If anything up, if you find them go anywhere, go Ejigbo. But anyway,
Yeah,
Ejigbo
don't
bring
mind
go.
that place.
At the end of
Yeah.
the bottom line, what we're trying to say is,
But people should have hearts.
human consideration.
Exactly.
It's just-
Don't try to rape your
Because
fellow
it's
students.
prostitutes that remain for people to do to afford this thing.
My
And then I
dear,
feel like there is something
at
in
this
school.
rate, Boya some of
Well,
us
because someone
need
did say
home
on
training.
Twitter that
He's not live up
with the
training.
increase in fees and increase in all these hostel of this, that we're going to have a lot
Exactly.
of bronze girls. I mean, people
Miami
get
Bear-
Even Rams boys though at this point
I
because
apologize. I just say that. But
He has swallowed that one. Don't be angry.
I'm swallowing it.
Them
But at
boys
the
are-
end of the day, what we're
they'll
trying to
pick
say is,
people.
I feel like the school can do better.
provide more space.
Yeah, provide. Okay.
Since you're
let's say
increasing
they
the
don't have
fees.
space,
Okay,
they don't
no,
have
so
space,
I-
but they should allow squatting at least.
No,
With
now,
regulations
now
to
the
it,
DSA
that's
has
the best
explained that
period.
having squatters put a lot of pressure on the facilities, which has already not been worked on for a couple of
And
years.
then I also have a problem.
So I think this is what I think they should do. I mean, people are already paying as high as 300K to get space illegally in that sense. So why don't we have public and private sector kind of engagement where people, real estate developers, come into school, if we have those spaces and then they build, and people can even pay as high as 200.
No, we do have that now. Don't be waiting academic.
No,
so
so let's have more.
But
Those are very
I think the thing is
ridiculous.
Let's have
it's
more.
not just
I
even,
that.
the thing is
What
not
am
even
I-
just
Oh,
having-
no. Yeah, I think we also need
See,
to
those
talk about
ones that-
school.
oh,
Why is
gosh.
your partnership making someone pay as high as 400 for a bed space?
500K, 600K
For a
I
bed space
think
again.
just make the
I don't understand
accommodation.
that part.
We're already going through a lot of things, having to spend 4 years studying with the rigorous activities of the curriculum
campus.
and everything, having to cope with the fees, having to cope with feeding.
But if you drop out too.
No, it's not. It's not even about. No, it's not even on that thing. See, it's a viable option, but the truth is, everybody has something they're chasing. And see, let's leave the whole school now scam thing. School might work for you, school might not work for you. But in a situation where even the thing you're doing doesn't work, you can fall back on your education. So please do school. But the thing is, the school, the private, public sector, whatever it is that you're coming to partner with the University of Lagos to give us more bed spaces and everything, please make it affordable. And if the spaces are
affordability, let us cancel affordability. Because affordability there will be very relative.
Yes, if the prices are
look at you now,
50,000.
You want to take your own affordability to my own?
I'm not. If the prices are at 50,000, 100,000, it makes sense. If we're getting things, if like the place is very comfortable, convenient, and a lot of things.
But then let's even talk about the hostels they renovated. Me, I just feel like the choice of hostels
they renovated.
No, they closed down
for renovation.
Okay. Let's not kid ourselves. Honors is a small hostel. Why was it not renovated first? And then the facilities.
Or the long period of time we spent.
Honors was closed.
We spent 5 months.
You would have done that.
Honors wasn't closed. I'm saying they picked Kofo. They picked which of the other female hostels was picked for to close down for? Is MTH open?
No.
I think it's Kofo and MTH that was closed down. Those hostels.
And then we have Marie.
And those hostels take way more than Honors. And even Honor facilities needs more help right now than all of those hostels.
But basically, everybody has a part in this thing.
Everybody, the government, the school, the students and the agents.
Like if they're even allowing
some of these agents are not even students. Another thing.
Another thing about the squatting thing is, even if they are going to allow it and we want to make it officials,
it's not official. Don't think this thing is going to happen.
No. I'm not even looking at that. I'm
for the meantime, family members should be able to come and stay.
A suggestion, but I think.
What about siblings?
I think the thing is,
should be able to do that. They should be able to open it up to siblings.
Yeah, but I think the other thing there too is like I said, the squatting, if you're letting them pay and it's official, the school is aware, and you're accepting this thing, let's make it work for students.
Yeah.
And then you have to provide a system that still checkmates for the cleanliness and everything. We know we have we have the cleaners and everything. But sometimes, have you seen what these cleaners are working with? Broken mops. There was this
again. Hold on. Let me come in.
It's like Wisdom is the government official on this.
It's their representative. Speak.
But now
Mind
the
of the
University of
DSA.
Lagos has actually outsourced the cleaning of these hostels to some organization. So there are issues where the supervisors do not pay those staff that are cleaning appropriately and not providing them the right thing to. But the University of Lagos has actually outsourced it because it's not a service that is offered by the university.
All this long talk, go forward and go backward. At the end of the day, is
just be safe out there, guys.
Can do something. So please, school, we are appealing to you on behalf of the
students.
And please, those of you like me that are still coming from home, please be safe.
Be safe and start. Maybe you should start working extra work because is nothing to write home about. But to close the curtain on the show on this episode,
stop selling space for 350,000.
I'll share Junior 100,000 to our okay. You know what they say? It's
even illegal to sell space.
Don't even sell space at all, please. But let them.
I heard there was someone that was caught.
Be careful of wisdom when you meet him. Don't go mistakenly go.
No, I'm just saying. You guys know it's illegal to sell space.
Collect your office. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close the show because it's putting us in our heart too. But at least we can't say
I didn't get a space.
It's okay now.
No, it's not okay.
I'm just going to cry.
I didn't get a space as well, right?
Aggressive backstage.
Remember, this is Wisdom. I'm MIK Mika, and we have the new cat on the beauty.
Yeah, Samuel.
And a new pretty girl, and I Nini.
Period. And this is what I'm gonna say.
That's all. Period. Bye.
Bye.
Part of our performance, and so we're going to make do with what we have. We need some rocks and crossroads. Yes, and the rocks. Yes. Someone help me there at the crossroads. Let's cover there. Our play is going to happen around the crossroad and all the different roads, so that heal all the different diseases. Bring the crossroad ahead.
That's it. So guys, are we ready? Yeah. Let's go backstage and then come back from here. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our play. It's and the Vagabond Minstrel.
Exactly where the road meet. You can put down your feet. We've arrived.
At last, my poor feet.
Where is the food? Put down your feet first. I said, where is the food? I don't know, Eko. Are you the only one who is hungry here? Show us then. You mean you can't wait? Wait for what? I'm very tired. We've walked.
You're hearing this man. What is the game? He's saying he's tired.
Tired? All I am saying is that we've walked.
What are you saying? A feasting house. That is what you promised us. Food in abundance. That is why we dragged ourselves to the dust and followed you all this distance. And now, you are saying I'm tired. And this place is as barren as a graveyard.
And so what? Are you better than the cops anyway?
Hey, stop.
We move from place to place, scrounging, and the smell of the grape follows our every step.
Even you, Diggy.
Even you. Hunger, my friend. Hunger makes life meaningless.
And this was your rubbish you came out in. Is that what is going to kill us?
Corpses, my friend. Yes, we're living corpses. The dead don't have a stomach howling for food.
Stomach! You must be damn lucky, Sinsin, because you have a stomach. But what I have here is a furnace of rioting.
Oh, that is just it, Ogarikyo. Yams, eggs, bananas, palm oil. What else did you not promise us? But now, this, a forlorn crossroads.
I can't even curse him. My voice is swallowed in my aching belly.
If only you all will be patient.
I should have known this idiot. After the prank he played on us last week. Just last week.
It wasn't a prank, Eko Ibo, and you know it. Or would I play a prank on myself also?
And now, Eko Ibo, you are going too far. Breaking up such memories.
I am starving.
And has he had anything to eat in the past 3 days that they cannot scavenge from that poor woman?
A prank? I wanted to help. It was my hometown, wasn't it? Where I was born and raised. So how could I have known things had changed so much? How? Oh yeah, it's my mistake.
Mistake? Which almost killed us?
Charity! That was the creed we were all raised on. And everyone practiced it. No stranger passed by without finding a roof or a bed to lay its head. They taught us to give freely, like Mother Nature. So how could I have known that my own people, these same people, will see men in distress and drive them? How would I know?
And how they drove us. How many years ran like a squirrel when the hunters suddenly emerged from behind us? Didn't you run? Did you not run? I was the first to turn, I admit. But then I saw a Ponybo. So many parts with his scattered.
Whose legs were scattered? Hey. Whose legs were scattered?
Sorry now. See, my dear Omele, do not blame your people. In those days you speak of, there was a different God in the land.
But is this the time for sermons? What is wrong with all of you? I am starving a big family.
If only you will be patient.
Omele. What do you mean? Tell me, if there is no food, what are we doing here?
On the radio, there will be food. Besides, you all agreed to follow me because no one else had a better idea.
What? I suggested the bridge. We would have found shelter under it at least, instead of having to roam about like beggars.
And that would have been perfect for you. You are like them. These scum who live under the bridge. You would have been very comfortable with them.
You better watch your tongue.
And if I don't,
watch your tongue.
I suggested the marketplace. The stalls are warm and empty in the night.
Empty? Where do the roaming lunatics go to roost at sundown?
And the soldiers on patrol.
Oh.
Who wants to wake up with a gun pointing down down our throat. What Oga Radio suggested we do.
Thank you.
We could have stayed there with their laborers.
And feed on what? Feeding? Sand and salt water?
On fish! But we all went through this argument before. And we agreed that Omine's idea was the best.
Yes, we agreed. But he didn't tell us it was going to be a barren crossroad.
Oh, it isn't a barren crossroad, they call it. Has any of you never heard of Shekpeteri?
Shekpeteri?
Yes. What is Shekpeteri? So, Shekpeteri
It rings a bell. Let me see. Shekpeteri.
Yeah!
What?
Yeah!
Sorry,
now, you know,
Omele! Shekpeteri?
Yes.
Is that where we are?
This is the crossroads of Shekpeteri.
My friends, we must leave now.
Why?
You do not know where this crazy man is.
But wait now, let him explain to us.
There is no time for explanations.
So something can turn you into a woman. You who used to dance in the face of death. Why?
You don't understand.
Understand what?
This place. This is Shekpeteri, the home of Eshu himself.
What?
We are standing on his head.
Hold on. Friends. Surely there's an explanation for this.
I swear it to you. Tales are being told of men suddenly losing their senses and beginning to bark. Like dogs dying of rabies. Of women suddenly turning to screaming monsters and beginning to display lunacy. Of children suddenly losing their ability to walk.
I know these stories too.
You do?
Yes.
So why have you brought us here? And at this time of the night?
It's morning, as you can see. You heard the cockroach.
Oh! Is there any time of day or night when it is safe to share his bed?
We are not sharing Eshu's bed. We're only sharing his food.
Yes!
Omele, I beg you in the name of God, please explain to us. I am frightened. And I too. What is this about Eshu and his food?
These stories, my friend, are for children.
Friends! Well, I am not scared of Eshu. I know he can be kind and benevolent to those who he favors, yes. But, what is this madness?
I will explain.
What is this madness about sharing his food?
This crossroad. I used to live here after I left the village. They brought me to train as a mechanic. My master shop was over there by that tree. So from there we saw a lot of things. People bringing food and laying them on this crossroads.
Why? What for?
As offerings to Eshu. From those looking for children, to those looking for riches, and those looking for long life. You see, Shekpeteri is the last point. You see the town behind us, and the group of Orumila over there. Eshu, the Lord of Shekpeteri, is regarded as an intermediary between men and their wishes, between fulfillment and destiny. Don't worry, just wait. They will bring their food and placate Eshu. Everywhere will be laden with food.
And then what happens?
The feasting begins.
Have I gone mad or am I hearing correctly? Are you suggesting we steal food from the world?
Steal? Is it stealing to eat of a food that will either go to waste or at bed eaten as dogs and goats?
But that is an abomination now. Or are you willing to risk the wrath of Eshu?
With a full belly, yes. Go and sit down. If your God does not object to vermin eating his food, why will you object to humans driven by hunger to feed?
And I understand. You have gone mad.
That's
your
the
hunger
plan.
has turned your head.
That is the plan. I am ready to wait for those baskets.
Ogarejo.
Yes?
You have heard this man. I suggest we leave now so that he can face the anger of Eshu by himself.
But wait, Imbo, let us think about this. I mean, we don't have any other idea.
Wait, think. Is it not obvious that his plan is a crazy plan? Ogarejo, see, Diggy.
Oh, how do I know? How can I think with an empty stomach? See, I think I will stay and eat too. See, I will eat and repent afterwards. The God will understand. We definitely will repent. I'm sure he knows that we have no other choice. Not fully, someone caused our jobless.
That is it. That is just it. Friends, we will eat the food now and repay the debt when we find more.
When will that be, Ogarejo? Speak now as our leader. You know that this ban was prescribed. They said we play too much for the politicians. We were banned and all our assets were...
Omele! They are coming. Let's hide. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Oh God, see, I'm beginning to hate it all. Let's hide. once you sang their praise song while their victims perished at the door.
Sir, we were earning a living like everyone else. We did not make the laws. We only tried to live by them.
Living like pests and feeding on other pests?
You are right, Papa. Look at us. Pity us.
Yes, please.
Baba, I know. Sorry, we know we have come to the end of the journey. Baba, we are hoping that you will help us. As a servant. Baba.
They should also help men, but only those who can show that they can live happily with other human beings. Human beings are greedy and they can...
Please stop this. Help us. We have learned our lesson.
She does not see through the hearts of men, only their actions. Are you ready to help those among you who are in distress?
Yes.
To bear the redress and justice to the wrong?
Yes. We are.
Then, if you are, I'm going to help you. I'm going to make you very prosperous again.
Yes. We are ready. Help us. Where does he go?
That's enough. Songs alone does not prove a man's sincerity. But I'm going to give you a chance to help yourself. Come forward. I am going to give you a medicine that will lift you from dust onto the throne of gold. But if you misuse it, you will be punished. It's a power, and it's also a test.
Baba, what's going on?
Each one of you, take one seed. Take it. Eat it. Eat it! And swallow it. Done?
Yes.
Now, you will all look for a suffering man. Someone unhappy and sing to him.
Sing?
Yes, sing your favorite song to him and make him sing and dance with you. As you do this, whatever his pain, whatever his suffering, it will go away. If thirsty, he will be satisfied. If crippled, he will walk again. Whatever his agony and sorrow, your song and dance will bear it all. Find a man this morning, and by evening I shall make you a millionaire. Or return to the dust. So it depends on you to find someone according to your wishes. Someone who is capable of gratitude. And if you do not, you'll be very, very punished. You all have eaten the seeds of wishes.
Yes.
I leave you now. Good luck.
Find out who to be. Eshu is the god of mischief. I don't trust him, neither do I trust his priest.
Hey, he's also the god of justice. I don't think he will deceive us any more than we deceive ourselves.
You are right. Eshu is not just destiny, but it's a way to it. He's like a loom in the market of faith, but we each hold our own shot to, free to swing it the way we like.
Anyway, I have eaten the charm, and I am ready to sing. Strange how my belly no longer feels the pangs of hunger.
And mine too. I suddenly feel engrossed with hope.
Yes.
I know I shall choose the right person.
Wow.
How do we begin? Shall we go and find them? No, this is the right place to wait. Yes, look at it. A crossroads. One way leading to the village there, the other to the town, and that to the sacred group of Orumila. Anybody in trouble will pass through this place.
Yes. Let them come quickly. Me, I'm dying to be rich.
Why don't us?
Madam, I beg you, Mama Rumila, spare my life. Stand up, my friend. We have not come to harm you.
Echo, you go. See how your face gets honest.
Nonsense! My dear man, sorry. Don't be afraid. We have come to help you.
Yes. To help me? Yes. You see, we are proud musicians. We are not armed robbers, so you don't need to be scared. Yes.
Put down your hands and tell us your problem. We can help you.
Yes. You can help me?
Yes. Why not try us?
I thank you all. But this is my problem, you see. Nobody can help me except the gods. No man on earth. Especially not musicians like you.
Calm yourself, sir. Tell us the problem. There's no harm in trying.
I have been to how many herbalists? I have been to different doctors and hospitals all over the world. All of them asked me to try one thing or the other. Even prayer houses. How many? But all in vain. My friends, my manhood won't come back. Yes, my dear lady. Laugh all you want. That is not I've been laughing at you for 5 years now. My manhood, I've lost it and become empty. An empty horse. The shame of it. I can't even get it to come up. I'm only an empty walking shell.
Sorry, calm yourself. I'm sure we can help you.
You can imagine how many things to have all this wealth, but no chance to inherit them.
Wait, did you say wealth?
You mean you are wealthy?
Yes, unfortunately. Perhaps even more wealthy. Houses. Cars. A private jet. What don't I have? I have bought them all. But for what exactly, I ask? For who? I cannot father children to inherit them. My life is a waste.
My friend, come with me now. I will help you. Now, I do not want interference from any of you. I saw him first. He is mine.
We all saw him together.
Yes! But I volunteered to help him
No
first.
sense. You have no right to claim him, Joe.
Oh, you want to fight me for him? You want to fight me for him?
Come and fight! Come and fight! Shut up, all of you!
Madman.
In my presence, I will decide. Now, everyone will put that knife away. I mean, this is only the first man to come along. The day has only begun. So I see no reason why we should fight. Having said that, I think it is only fair that I, the person with the most experience, handle this situation. I think it is only fair that everyone go handles this situation, you understand? Because they say it's not good to die young. So, yes. What do you mean by I am all his? Am I some Mr.
My dear friend, what is this that all your problems are be solved? I can help you.
Swear, so I'm not joking. You can help me?
Yes, I can. I can help you. See, come first, come. Yeah, come. If I help you, what can you give me?
Everything. I will give anything to be cured of this disgrace. Anything.
Baba, anything is not specific enough.
What do you want? Houses? Land? In fact, take all my property.
Chegba, all of his properties. I will be rich. But come first. How do I know I can trust you?
Here, this is my country. Keep it. Don't rid me of this shame, please.
Hey, Goddy! My friend, your problems have been solved. I will help you. All you just need to do now is sing.
Sing?
Yes.
At a moment like this?
Yes. I'm going to sing. My friend, you enjoy it. I'm going to
Let your knife sing with this vagabond. Yes.
Mo fẹ́ kọrin, mo fẹ́ súre.
doctors. I have seen them all. Various men have opened me all.
我记得。
Dennis saved me from that circle of being a tout, being a Yahoo boy. My name is Akimbo Emmanuel Inka. I'm 21. I'm from Ondo State. I grew up in Iwaya. My upbringing, my parents were not that okay, but with time things started getting better. And tennis gave me a chance of having like a better life. I had more exposure through tennis, gained more experience, and I'm very, very grateful for that. That was the day I was coming back from school to get something to my mom at her place of work, and I met a man on my because the tennis court is quite close to my mom's place of work. So when I was going, the man asked me that will I be able to help him clean the court because he trained. So he asked me if I would be able to help him clean the court and pick balls because there's a guy that do help them here. The guy is not around. So I told him I'll get stuff to my mom first and come back. So when he came back, I got to do the stuff, pick ball for him. So he asked me that will I come the next day? I was like, I'll try if I will have a chance to come. So I came the next day, same thing, I picked ball for them. I got introduced to like training through a coach, the coach at the tennis court called Coach Dominic. I started playing tennis at the age of 14 in Iwaya, where I grew up. It's a very, very rough area, and tennis saved me from that circle of being a tout, being a Yahoo boy, joining courts, and for any child from a low background, tennis already opened a lot of doors for me. Like traveling to different places, meet different people, get to know like big people and all. I strongly believe tennis can open a lot of doors, like the likes of Wilson, Oyinomo Kodri, Miriam Balogun, Jumai, and a lot of people like that have traveled out of the country through the tennis.
Honestly, it is sad. But since you wanted the next man, right? Yeah,
No, I don't want this one. I don't want to go.
I beg your pardon.
It is a trick and I won't have. But you yourself will be dead just now. Why don't you take care of yourself? I mean, look at the woman. Look at her condition. What kind of reward do you think you should be able to offer us?
What? She's right. Look at her now. She looks really wretched. I will help her then.
Don't be a fool, baby. I know how you feel about this woman. Look at me. I am a woman myself, and I should be the first to step forward. But remember, this son that we have, it is our only chance at making something of our lives at last, of moving ourselves from the slums of this world into enjoyment.
I know, Jiggy, but money is not the only way to happiness. I can't let her go like this.
Oh, Mele! You forget that I made you into this accomplished musician that you are. I will not be fine to be rich and watch you make such a foolish decision at such crucial crossroads. And tell me for what? Wretchedness?
Stand back.
Thank
you, sir. I will carry my future in my hands. Woman, I will help you.
Sir?
Yes.
Wait, sir, please, let me beg you not to make a jest of me. As you can see, I am a poor woman.
You can trust me. I will help you, poor woman. Now get up.
Sir, leave
be able to say thank you.
Ah, I will be your slave forever. Eh? I will crawl at your feet.
A little thank you. That's all I need. I wish I could be there when the baby comes.
Yeah. You are just a fool. That's all.
Now that you have stubbornly gone and wasted your chance, I hope you are not expecting me to give you a dime for reporting that is coming my way. Every man will reap his own harvest.
Yes! Of course, the fool knows. He pushed me. Do you know who I am? Oga Radio, you pushed me. When the time comes, nobody here will help you.
Yes. I'm not complaining.
Anyway, Diggy, do not offend me. Which one is Paul Mele? Anyway, that is 2 down and 3 more to go, right? So who is going to go next?
Of course, you know it's me now.
As far as I am concerned, I will go next.
No, it's my turn next. It is my turn.
Sissy, don't be childish.
You know what, Ogarejo, let her go. Let her go, I can wait.
Jiggy.
I'm not in a hurry.
Jiggy, it is because of you.
Let her go. Sissy, you can take the next man. Of course, provided it's not a wretch like that last one. No problem, Sissy. It seems as if you are lucky. The next man coming looks like he owns Central Bank. You can take it.
Good day to you all.
Good day to you, sir.
Tell me, young lady, is that the way to Ife?
Yes, you're right.
And the hospital?
He meets specialist hospital now. Sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Is there anything wrong with you?
See, he was fierce. Fierce, I say. They must have pumped over 100 bullets inside of me. And the hands. I escaped believing that if I got to the hospital here, but now...
It's fine if you want to save him. But we need to know who he is first. I mean, all these talks about guns and bullets and...
It doesn't matter. If he is rich, I will save his life. Sir, are you rich?
be playing pranks on me. To think that in my dying moments, there's a place in this land where I am alone. And imbeciles ask if I am rich. When I discovered that man worshipped money like their gods, I conquered it. How? With the sperm of viral men. What? The blood of virgin children and the pair of succulent.
I thought you were dying. Let him talk now.
Breasts like yours could have fetched quite a fortune, but it's too late already.
It's not late. I will save you, sir.
It's too late, my dear lady.
How will make you have to sing and dance, and you will recover. That's all. Just sing and dance.
A miracle, eh? Anyone who can save me now can have all my wealth.
I will carry the thing back by. I will save you, sir. Just sing and dance, my friend. That's all. Shekere beat my speech. Shekere sound just for you. My sweetheart is for you, Kakara. Celebrate your wealth. Celebrate your wealth. What the men can see. But no descend upon us when we drink with our friends. When we drink with our friends. Let's get in the night. We will not allow for
I'm fine! You did it! What's your name, young ladies?
They call me
Sissy! You have done it! Of course I do. But we'll have to meet here tomorrow and settle our agreement. Right now, I have to go and deal with those... Sorry. I have to deal with those rascals. Because if I know them well, they'll be trying to squeeze all they can from my inheritance. And if I don't do that, you will discover you have nothing left to lay claim to.
I will stop. Give me a token. Something to assure me that you come back.
See? My word is my bond. Tomorrow we will settle all of that. You know what? You can have this. It's my necklace and it's gold. Tomorrow we settle it.
My friend! man has swindled us, and because of it, the new government has started a noose around our throat.
Don't bother them with our problem. Go to the essentials. No. No man like this has come back. I will be here all morning.
My friend, public disgrace.
Calm yourself. Tell us the problem. We might be able to help.
There's nothing you can do to help us. The man we are searching for was our manager.
See, we own the Lagbaja Trading Company. And you mean you own LTC? Wonderful! This is definitely going to be my case. And I don't want to hear peep from any of you.
6 months ago, we were able to win an import license between for 2 billion pounds of rice.
2 billion pounds?
A fortune number, my dear, because she didn't have to pay for that contract. And then our manager vanished with the license. Just like that. Poof, vanished. No one has seen or heard from him. Not even his family.
6 months. 6 months since he's disappeared. What?
Let's go, Tom.
Don't go. I am interested. You said 2 billion is a paltry number. I am listening. Please go.
Well, our manager disappeared. And as at that time with the whole government, it didn't seem to matter. Even the minister told us we can apply for new license for fertilizer. Indeed. Just like that.
Yes. Just like that. And it was approved through the same process.
And the new government, the coup came in.
And then the student said, bro, this fertilizer are the price. Or return the money.
How much? 350 trillion. I'll pay the price.
Friends, today is the 7th day.
We have not seen rice on the
And the
fertilizer.
manager is still missing.
Is that all?
Well, except that our wives, our husband, and our children are taken into detention.
Our passport has been seized.
Our property confiscated.
Even all our account has been frozen. And all our friends, they've all fled.
You know all my mistresses, you know I'm now. What is law?
See, today is the 7th day. Today is the 7th day. Well, friends, you are in luck. I can help you.
I beg your pardon.
I said I, Oga Radio.
Okay.
One and only.
Yes. You know where he is? The manager.
You know what license?
You are friends in the new government. I do not know where your manager is.
Yes.
Neither do I care, if I'm being honest. But I can help you recover your license.
Yes.
How? Now. And you won't believe it. Merely by dancing.
Let's go.
Friends, the way I see it, you have 2 choices. You can either come with me and allow me help you, or you go on and find your death.
He's offering you life. Your whole life back. Are you going to refuse?
And can you imagine such revolting at a moment like this to begin to?
I do not. Maybe the expense himself.
Alas! Before I explain, what will you give me if I save your honor and your life?
What do you want? Everything.
Well, see me. I have a newly built estate in Lagos. It has about 79 flats. You can have it all.
See, I told you the very test at the Magna Property Bank. He used a few million dollars. I'll give you.
See, I own the quality, the biggest in the country, and the Wilson Associate with South Furniture. Take that. Quickly. Tell us how to answer our life. Don't worry. Obele, can you see now what it means to use your head? Our people will say, what has not been sitting down? You can never see it even if you climb a mountain. Okay, so all I am going to do now is sing a song. And before you know it, the license will come straight into your pocket.
Into our pocket?
Yes. All you need to do is join me as I sing and dance.
Sing and dance?
Yes. Just believe, my friends. So, are we ready?
Yes.
Are we ready? Àwọn ènìyàn ló wá sáyé, táyé dùn mọ́ wọn lára. Ló ń gbáyé, táyé rọ̀ fún wọn jàre. Ọba náírà ìwọ láti ó wá kẹ́yìn sí bàbá òkè. Wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ́jà kan wá. Wọ́n tó sì lọ àní, àwọn èrò jẹ́ kọ́kọ́. Owó ọba òsì. Ọba náírà ìwọ láti
Tomorrow. You are giving me a card. All I did for you.
Well, take my gold piece.
See, like that, gold bill. Take it, man. Keep it. Should have it.
See, you don't need to show anybody anything. We ourselves will be here tomorrow to keep to our promises.
What
is that your name?
My name is Ogarede. But now
Listen, radio, or television. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow. Thank you.
my fortune has been made.
Congratulations, my friend. The ball we shall have, me and you.
I'm sorry, which ball? You and who? With the money coming my way, I can only possibly hire you as a houseboy.
So, what happened to Sisi?
Sisi is going to be a billionaire. And if I hear any nonsense from any of you,
I won't be rich, but I know perhaps I can be happy. I know I will be happy. Did you just say happy?
Yes.
What can possibly be happy? Come here, boy. Have you cleaned the dishes? Have you washed the plate? Have you taken the dog for a walk? Have you washed the car? And God, what is with all this dust on the furniture? How much do I pay you? Are you nuts? You know what? As soon as you collect your money, you leave the house immediately. And I do not want to see you. And don't ask me where you're going. You can go to hell for all I care.
Oh,
Tell me, what is it? Well, amid it all, I will beat my chest and say, a woman is with me, Kim. And I helped her.
I don't know why you stress yourself on this man. There's obviously a cause of poverty on his head.
Tomorrow when I collect.
I need to go after those people. Those business people of us.
And they'll be right tomorrow.
That is just it, Epo. I do not trust the words of the rich.
There is nothing you can do about it. You have to wait. At least to chicken gets out.
Exactly. And who says there's nothing I can do about it? Do you need my mouth to sing your song? I am only saying. I mean, let's think about it. We are rejoicing on empty promises. Suppose those people don't turn up tomorrow. What happens? We have their tokens.
Yes.
You have their tokens. You're a wise boy. You know, I trained you well. Go on.
Let's go bring back this man.
Jiggy will be back. The old man has lost it. Help me! Yeah! Please, don't make a noise. Come and help me.
Help you do what?
It is a matter of honor. I was a priest, you see.
Greetings, but you would have to find somebody else to lend your shoulders.
It is not laughing matter, young woman. I must kill myself before they get here.
Who? Before we get here?
Okay, will you promise to help me?
But of course. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I can help you save yourself, but not to hang yourself.
No, you have to promise to help me die. The women will strip me naked. They'll put hot ashes in my hair.
They adore you that much.
I wanted to free my people, liberate them from superstition. And so, I seized the royal python, the symbol of the old decadence. I poured petrol on it. I set it on fire. It died! The immortal serpent my people said will never die. I turned it to ashes.
And then what happened?
Had the news. My father died from shock. Only the old priest. He alone was stronger than me. And so he told the people, we shall see. The priest is evil. You must kill him. And you should see what become my people. Swear to his words as he wanted.
And then what did you do? You ran?
Not then. I tried to buy time. I had to say something fast.
I said the serpent will resurrect today.
And they believed you.
They all believed me, except that old priest. It was not food. His bread was at stake. And so he told the people, we shall see if the day comes and there is no miracle. You know what to do. The priest must be treated as a carrier, as is the custom. So that is my story, young lady. He has come with no miracle.
Suppose I saved you. Suppose your serpent resurrects.
It can't. That was a ruse I
But
thought of.
suppose it does. You will become king.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And you will own land.
I own land, I own jewels, but why? What for?
Will you give me some of it?
Why?
Obviously. Because I am poor. And I want to be rich. I want to trade this rags in for the best scenery. I want princes like you to look at me and be filled with lust. So, Prince, will you give me some of it in exchange for your life?
Wealth is immaterial. You cannot go your want. How can you give me back my life?
By resurrecting your serpent. Welcome, my friend. See, my friends here, we've got magic from some passing old man. All you have to do is sing and dance, and your serpent will resurrect.
No! I don't want the serpent to resurrect. It will mean all those superstitions have won.
What then?
Let me think.
Oh, yeah, now.
The priest! The priest is leading the women down here. Without him, the rest are nothing. Kill him! Let him fall and die.
That's easily done. All you have to do is sing and dance. My friends, sing with me. It is Chicky's turn to rise from the gutters.
Ọ̀nà tó rọ fẹ́rí, iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà fèrè fẹ́jọ. Bí o ṣe òwúrọ̀ rẹ̀ àrọ̀, ìwé ṣe ọjọ́ alẹ́ alẹ́. Owó bàbá òrìṣà, adé ọkọ̀ ọkùnrin. Ẹ máa pè jígí, ẹ máa bì jígí. Jígí lẹ̀kẹ́, sásọ ìdán. Oyin tó dára, múra bì jígí. Ilẹ̀kẹ̀ jígí, aró òróbọ̀, bọ́ńbọ̀tà, àtà ọlọ́ta, ọ̀tà gbogbo ogún àdúgege, kéké búlọ̀, múra akéhoro, bíi sọ́jà, akéhoro títí, everybody, ìlú owó.
Hey! It looks like someone has lost an important enemy and is about to become king.
Kábíyèsí o! The king to be. We have been sent as emissaries from the homeland. Kábíyèsí, our people asked us to tender their apologies and bring you back. And now, we now know who the evil forces were. Kábíyèsí, they are dead. Kábíyèsí, you must follow us back to the tower and you want to sit on the throne of your fathers. Kábíyèsí o! Hey, wait! Kábíyèsí, all this for you. All this for you.
Ọba ló lórí ilẹ̀ yìí o. Ẹ̀fọ́ wọn gbé lárugẹ lẹ́lẹ́ o. Ẹ̀fọ́ bà lárugẹ.
Kábíyèsí o! Your Majesty, now let me lead you home, Kábíyèsí. That's enough. Thank you. My friends, you have done me so much. I must go now.
Kábíyèsí o, what about my reward?
Tomorrow at the palace, come and see. Everything is settled.
But how will I enter? Who will let me in?
Okay. Take this. My royal banner. When they see you wearing this, they will not put the gate for you.
Thank you, Kábíyèsí. Lórí ilẹ̀ yìí o, ẹ̀fọ́ wọn gbé lárugẹ. Ẹ̀fọ́ bà lárugẹ o. Ọba lórí.
Your fortune has been made. Yes. And friends, we will all see tomorrow. For tomorrow is when we say goodbye to poverty forever.
My God! Are they coming here? By looking at us, we see ourselves in the mirror. And we see ourselves every minute. That's why we need help. My wife and I, we have come from a very far country. And hopefully, this will be our last stopping point. If we do not get help, then we will give up. For it will be later to us. Can you help us?
Help?
Yes.
Oh God. We've used up our powers. I wish you had come earlier.
We walked as fast as we could. But hunger and the blisters on our feet showed our progress.
The help we need will be useless until after midday. So it can still be done if you wish.
What do you mean by that?
Last season, the drought came with a terrible wind. That was when the epidemic swept our lands away. At the height of the ravaging disease, the priest came by and he said, the island can be helped. If only you can find a man that is bold and selfless. That is how you can be cured.
And what will he do?
And that's exactly what I asked him. He said, a man will come forward and take you in his arms. Was that all he said? Those were his very words. The man will embrace you and confirm you to the gods that you are still one with the living. That is how you can be cured. You mean you want someone to come and embrace you?
Not on your life, sir!
Level.
For all
I wish you had come earlier.
It's a gamble, I know. But is there no one bold enough among you to step out in the name of humanity?
And I would rather drink a bucket of poison.
Lewa, just like I feared, just as I feared Lewa.
We have to keep walking.
So where?
Today is the last day, Baba, remember.
Let's go on our way then. Maybe we'll find someone else. Dear Lord, Lewa.
Take a very good look at us.
Lewa, let us go. They are healthy and young. They still have their future before them. They can't listen to such arguments.
Wait! But I'm thinking, the old man, he gave us this tremendous. He said nothing about using his wife.
He did. He warned us not to even try this.
But why? Why can't we use it? Especially because
Omele! Did they swear for you on this ground? I am tired, Omele! Omele, what do you mean? I am tired of talking senselessly into that foolish brain of yours. Well, if you want to do it, it's your funeral.
Omele, are you crazy?
Gigi, I can even understand if you are trying to make up for this. But look at them. They don't have anything now. Let them go, Joy.
it doesn't matter to me. To help them, we can't let them do like this.
Agaredio, I got you. Let's go, please, let's go.
We don't have to be here till tomorrow. So let's go now.
You won't help me with the song.
Help yourself. Help yourself.
Agaredio.
Young man, maybe you shouldn't try after all. I am afraid suddenly. Look at you. You are young. We are older at least. We've known life. children and make sense of our lives.
Lewa,
They should come
you are right.
with too much regret.
He shouldn't do it. Let's go.
No, it's my choice.
No, but it's our disease.
I can't let you go.
Look at you. Your friends, they have all gone. You are all alone. Leave us for our plight, Lewa.
I can't let you go like this. I can't. If I do, I will always remember the day I saw men in distress and I let them go. So don't worry. Even though I am trembling, I will take the risk. Come. My journey is done. I've got it.
Lewa,
I've been marked.
what have we done?
Help me.
What have we done?
My love. Yes,
Let us go. Let's go to the prison.
It
people like us live for.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Good day, my children.
Good day, Baba.
I am glad to see you all gay and happy this morning. And you have all made good fortunes for yourselves.
Oh, yes, Baba. King of the crossroads. You see, that power that you gave to us, it worked so wonderfully well. If you wait, all the people that we helped will be arriving soon.
Yes.
To pay to us the debt that is owed.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad to see how you have helped reduce the sufferings in the world.
Baba, the important thing is, because I don't like to beat around the bush.
Yes.
The important thing is we have now ended suffering and hunger for ourselves.
Yes.
We have firmly fixed our feet inside fortune.
Yes.
So, where is your other comrade?
He's gone, old man.
To where?
See, Baba, he ain't no misused your gift. He wanted to stand alone. In fact, Baba, he used your gift to get leprosy and prosperity.
Leprosy?
Then,
How?
I will explain. First of all, you used your power on a woman.
Yes.
With no money or means.
At
On
all.
a papa, Baba. Then you tried to use your power a second time.
Yes.
Despite your money.
Yes.
So where is he?
Baba, you ask as if you do not know. We did the right thing. We drove him away.
Yes.
The vagabond, the fool, because of his stupidity.
Yes.
Because
of your greed.
Hey! Ha! Look at you. You have come back to give account.
Everywhere I went, they chased me away. So, Baba, I have come. Punish me.
Yes, Baba, punish me.
All is set then.
Yes.
It is time for you all to receive your reward.
We are ready.
My children. Reveal yourself. Look at them very carefully. I'm sure you recognize them. Look at them. You can go back.
Baba, please, make it make sense. What do you mean by your children? These are the people that we saved just yesterday.
My prince! My prince! What an adventurer you are! And what a spectacular manner of your appearance! But the old man is a magician, and I suppose you already know that. See, he was the one who gave me that power that I used to save you. You know, your prince.
What are you talking about? Exactly. For what priest?
My prince, yesterday, in this place.
Quiet, woman.
Yeah.
How you smell?
This is your mango.
How did you get this? Give it back. Thief.
Baba is lying. Baba is lying.
Stand back, woman. Next.
Yes, Baba. I come next with this wonderful item. Yes. This lovely Rolex wristwatch, a secret case, a lighter, and a card. Yes, Baba. These tokens were given to me by. Don't. Anyway, Baba, these tokens were given to me by them when I saved them just yesterday. I helped them to recover a license. Yes. So go on, tell Baba how I saved you.
Old man, what is the meaning of this?
What is
And who did you help recover a license?
Of course, just yesterday.
Oh, that's why you woke up on your night.
Don't talk like this. I was the one who saved you. Look at the tokens you gave me.
Old man, this is fast becoming a joke. Where did you bring us among riff-raffs?
Riff-raffs. Papa, please do not listen to them.
Enough!
Papa, let me explain to you.
I warned you, and you have made your choice. Step back. Oh, lady, are you ready to claim your reward?
I don't know.
What is it you don't know?
Papa, they were all here yesterday. Oh, now they are lying. They are denying what Papa. There's somebody.
This is him, yeah, only lady. Keep go forward.
He was here yesterday. He was covered in blood and badly wounded, and I saved him. I saved him. You promised me half of your
And
wealth.
why would I do such a reckless thing?
See now, this is your necklace. You gave it to
Keep
me
it.
now, please.
If indeed it is really mine.
And stand back. And why are you drawing a knife?
Bandit!
Old man, you are a bandit.
I am not a bandit. But I won't let you mess with me and get away with it. I have lived in a prison before, and I am willing to be hanged. Yes, Abana's been there. Now, say one wrong word. Say a word on me, and I swear, you are going to help me.
Old man, do something. This man is dangerous.
This is childish. Will you put that knife away?
Baba, this man came here yesterday. He did not have children. He could not even get it. But I helped him, Baba. I killed him with your power.
What vulgarity? What did you kill? What if you wish to know? I have 40-something wives in my harem. I did nothing. What children? So the rest to die. So, who did you help?
Baba, I have been cheated. And by Shango,
How dare you raise a knife before me? Now put that thing away and don't you ever dare try it or you'll be severely punished. Nonsense. And now to the last man.
That is me, old man. But what? It's of no use. The woman who I helped is not here. And even if she was, she has nothing. And I too didn't ask for nothing. I was merely glad to see her happy. Punish me like the rest.
Yes, Baba. Punish me.
They told me you were greedy and you tried to use the power twice.
Yes. But it was not from a place of greed. The people who came here were desperate. So I had to help them. I have no regret.
So are they ready to testify for you?
Who knows? Let them enjoy their happiness.
I will call the woman at this.
No!
What happened to you?
Congratulations! You had your baby.
Do you know him?
I don't know him. I know one of you must have done this to him. And by God, you will pay for it.
Who are you? You are not one of my followers.
And who will want to be a follower of you, wicked man?
Is it Orumila that sent you?
Old man, please don't ask me any stupid questions.
It's okay. Just that I was worried how you got into the game. I made the rules so I should know.
What game are you talking about, old man? What game?
It's just the suspicion of an old man. You see, I am wondering why you are sticking your head out for this man.
Because he saved my life. 9 years. This baby has been inside of me for 9 years.
It is a lie.
Yes.
Yes, it's a lie.
Get out. Get your back out.
Get out of this place. Get out. Baba, don't mind that woman. I'm sure she conspired with this Omele.
Yes.
You want to punish all of us.
Yes, Baba.
Punish all of us.
Omele, that was your weakness, and she fled.
I know. They chased her away.
So what are you going to do?
Nothing. They were once my friends. They taught me to sing, dance, and lie. I cannot do anything against them. They are my comrades.
Do something at least. Put up a fight for yourself.
Not against them. Not against them. They were my people. Not against them.
I don't know what to do, Papa.
Young man, We have been looking for you.
I didn't expect to find you here.
We've been searching for you all over the place.
Who are you?
Hey, hold it, wherever you are.
Look, we went back to the old priest, and he said we can take back our disease, provided we embrace you before the noon. So we are here to embrace you back.
Stand back.
What is wrong with you?
You'll be cured. Stay cured.
Nonsense. Isn't it our disease?
No, stay back.
I don't understand.
It's reasonable.
Why hold somebody else's disease when they want it back?
Because it doesn't matter to me. Look at them. I'm used to this life. I've been a vagabond all my life. But look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they handsome? These are the kind of people the society needs. Not dregs like me.
Look, is he a friend of yours?
Yes.
Look, this man helped us with an extraordinary favor.
We don't know him before.
We had never met him. But he had the courage to embrace us in our lesser state. And we were cured. Yes, we were cured just as the priest had foretold. The moment he embraced us, we were cured of this dreadful disease. And he got infected in the first time.
I think I know what I am going to do. I need somebody to advise me. Who will advise me?
Who will advise me?
Go. You have been caught in the folly with my followers, and I can see you are hungry for revenge. You wait there until I decide your policy.
Baba, please.
So, who will help me? Hey, who will advise me?
You know, Eshu.
Eshu biti bawo.
Eshu.
Omele has killed us.
What did you say, Eshu? You know what you have to do. That is why we are here.
Those boys, I have heard them before.
My dear, how terrible you can be, even to a fellow God. See how you have wrapped his mind in your company.
You know when you want to play with the master trickster himself, you have to be ruthless. I put his mind in the season of drought and everybody obliged. But now, he is free.
What does that mean?
I'm free. Resume your growing.
Close your eyes and see. Look deep. Where the gods look.
The gods.
Look below the surface.
Marumila!
Orumila.
So you sent that woman with the baby here, eh?
Hey, you have asked your clever but as usual issue. And as usual, I used it to retrieve my children.
So you could humiliate me, eh? Orumila, I see you both think that you have won, but I have the final card. I am going to throw the question to the audience. Let them be the judge in this matter between human beings. So are you going to sit down here and let injustice be done? Should Omele return the disease or should we keep it? We are going to put it to a vote. If you want Omele to return the disease, let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up.